Don't let the smile he rocks fool you. The calm demeanor's just a mean ruse. Rude.
Moucha.tv.
Don't let the smile he rocks fool you. The calm no. Me and Mark's not gonna let us go. Oh, hey, snow. Bridges, California, red hot lips aglow. Me and Mark's not gonna let us go. Me and Mark's gonna let us go. Oh, hey, snow. Bridges, California, red hot lips aglow. Can't shut this mouth, oh no.
And we are live with episode 20, right?
Yeah, 20.
We are 20. We're 20.
Oops.
Happy number 20. Happy
Yeah.
number 20 episode. Welcome to Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. With me here, as always, is Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Hello.
I'm overpronouncing your name tonight.
Okay.
Olimpado.
Olimpado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for the first year knowing you, it was Olympiado. And
A lot of people say that, dude.
And then for probably 3 years, I pronounced your name as Olimpatio.
That's how
I've never actually had that.
Olimpatio.
Olimpatio?
Yeah.
That's how I pronounced it. Not to your
Olimpatio.
face.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would never
That's
say your
okay.
last name to your face.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool. I'm not going to get
Yeah.
offended by it. But
And then we have also, as always, Mr. Zachary Sturman. That's right.
Yeah.
Right? Sturman?
Whatever, I don't care anymore.
Herman Sturman. No, Zachary is Sturman.
I don't care no longer.
I just don't
20
care any
episodes
longer.
in and I'm fucking beat of this.
We're
industry.
done. We're done. Well, next week's going to be our last week for like a month.
Forever. It's over.
it's not
done.
over, dude.
No
done.
mas.
I haven't
no
sunk
mas
this fucking boat
episodes.
yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
This
we got.
boat's becoming unsinkable.
It's an unsinkable
Like
boat.
the
Right now,
Titanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
God himself could not sink this unsinkable houseboat. We dare you. We Billy Zane this.
I mean, she's taking water, but
Yeah. But
every once in a while.
not a big risk of icebergs where we're at, so that's good.
winter's coming, though.
Winter is
And-
coming.
You're right.
Next summer.
It's always coming.
Next summer, winter's coming. When did they push back Game of Thrones again? Didn't they?
June?
They pushed it back to June. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just keep
really?
pushing
Yeah.
it back because they
Yeah.
know I'm too lazy
That's
to delete
depressing.
my
Yeah.
HBO
Yeah,
subscription.
that's literally what it is.
They're just getting that $15 a month.
Game
out
of
me until
Thrones,
Game of Thrones
final
is over.
season
Yeah.
being pushed back to 2023.
Not me, man. As soon as that last episode was done, see you later.
See you later. You
Yeah.
just killed it until the next time.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're hearing the voice here of another person. We have joining us this week our very special guest, Mean Mark Miller.
I'm not that mean.
You are mean.
It's Zach's fault.
You're-
Mean,
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
mean.
Yeah, so-
Rumors.
Mark.
So I gotta say, Mark.
no.
I've known
Mark?
I've known Mark for
Mark.
like
Mark.
11
Mark.
years.
Smirk.
11 years I've known you. Because I met you when I turned 21 and started hanging out at Floods, and
I was like 60 then. I
you were
think.
62.
Yep.
And now you're 73.
Well.
Because that's how math works when you add
That's
11.
why I'm so mean.
That's why you're so mean. You're like
So
a grumpy old
old.
man.
Oh.
One of my favorite films, and Grumpier Old Men, one of my second
Yeah,
favorite
they're
films.
great films. Yeah.
That's what you're at now. You're lemoning right now. You're mathowing or lemoning. Which one would you prefer?
Well,
Would
if
you
I-
rather be a mathow or a lemon?
I think if I'm mean, then I'm probably more mad.
You're more
mad.
mathow.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that movie, everybody's mean. The two of them are
That's
just
true.
cocksuckers
But
to
it
each
just
other.
but Mathau just walks down the road and he's mean.
Yeah.
It's true.
He's got a bat in
He
his
doesn't
hand,
have to-
or a
yeah.
golf club at all
Yeah.
times. It's really a golf club. He's got a little driver, a putting wedge, something like
I
that.
think,
You think-
for a second you were
Chicken
thinking
wedge.
of Bad News Bears.
Yeah. He is. He's great.
Who was
man.
more mean?
Who's
Him
more mean?
or Michael Douglas in Falling Down?
Ooh, Michael Douglas in Falling Down is great.
Yeah.
That is one of the most
I don't know that he's
depressingly,
mean as much as just.
depressingly.
I mean, he's a
he's
psychopath in that
psycho.
movie.
He's
Yeah.
crazy. Ooh.
I mean, it depends on how you look at his character. When I don't know.
I don't know. I know that out of all of them, Mark's the meanest, though.
That's maybe
Mark.
it's just because I've been pushed too far.
You've been pushed so far by working with Zach every single day.
Hey,
So
it's nauseous.
when I met you, I mean,
gases.
in all
It's a
honesty,
gift.
it is.
It's quite
You fart him to meanness.
I was such a nice guy before
You were,
God
and
damn,
honestly,
dude.
I was just gonna say when I met you, you were a very nice guy. I was 21. You knew my brother back in like high school days, and then you just knew a couple of people that I knew, and I just wound up at the cool table at the back of Floods because at that point it was like we're all the cool weirdos basically.
Used to have dance parties.
Dude, we did have dance parties. It was great. That was a good time back then.
I agree.
It is. And
As opposed to now, which
everybody
is
got
not
old.
good at all.
Everybody got old.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So Mark is gracing us with his presence this week, and you're going to hear over the breaks. We're going to be playing 2 songs from Mark's band back in the day. Kind of a I don't know, reoccurring theme almost right now. We have we had Straighten Upright a few weeks ago,
Right.
and then we're going to have Maxwell Demon.
Yeah.
You're so
Hell yeah,
stoked
dude.
about it.
From literally the turn of the century.
The turn of the century. It's great. It is amazing.
If you see any vehicles driving around with the Maxwell Demon sticker, they are new stickers. There's still stickers
There
available.
are.
There are.
And
If
it's
you would
probably
like a
me.
CD,
There's also CDs.
if you like a CD, if you like what you hear, get at us, message us directly on Instagram, Facebook. You can email us at km.won'tshutup@gmail, and we will get you for a small fee of $49.99
We'll
You
deliver.
can have
unopened, still a sealed, because you
Yeah.
gave me one.
I could technically give you an unopened box.
You can give
Oh,
you
damn.
nice for $2,099.
Boom. I like it.
You are going to get a box of Maxwell Demon. Now,
That's how it recorded.
I said-
That's fun.
I said in the show where we had Straighten Upright when Dom was on, we had Straighten Upright on the breaks, and we were talking about like our scene history and stuff like that. And my first show that I remember going to was at the Underworld when Terry was calling upon them at the Underworld in Rosetto at the VFW.
He called upon often.
The Underworld calls upon the common decency. That's the one I always remember. The comment was the common decency. It was just the greatest. Like it was like Vincent Price on meth. Like that's
Dude, he was.
I don't know. He moved to what? Czechoslovakia?
Sure.
That's
Is
what I
it
heard.
Price?
No. Terry of
Price.
the Underworld.
Terry
Price. I believe he moved.
I think
I heard
Walt
he
said
moved to
something like that,
Czechoslovakia,
yeah.
like to Prague, and he opened up the Underworld there. That's what I had heard for years.
Well,
as the
I want to
rumor.
go to Czechoslovakia.
I really want to
and
go,
play.
and he's just gonna be there going. The Underworld calls upon Zingna. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck I don't know what my language of my people sounds like.
He used to get.
Czechoslovakian.
So when he
Who
would
knows?
announce us, he would
Yeah.
get like these like crazy hands going, like
Demon
rage,
hands.
and just like
Demon Head.
the Underworld calls upon, and like his hands would
And
just.
you're
shake.
on the stage. You're on the stage, and you're looking at the
loved it.
sound
I loved it. I
booth or
loved
whatever
Terry.
he had. But it was he was doing it from the sound booth with a microphone.
Yeah.
And you're on stage. Everyone else is looking at you. So from the audience standpoint, I'm sure you remember being at shows you were playing. You were just looking at the stage and not looking at. I mean, it's kind of hard to not look at Terry. So half the time you look at him.
Always with the mesh shirt. And the
Yeah.
wrestling
Oh
boots.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
He was like the better version of Tom Taylor. And Tom Taylor down at Croc was like the
Oh.
worst. Oh my
Don't get me
God.
started on that.
That
Yeah.
gentleman.
Tom Taylor, if you're listening, fuck you.
You were the worst. You
I
are the
agree.
worst.
Pretty much, yes.
Everybody,
That one, man.
everybody that's ever played a show in that building hates you.
Yeah.
I hope you're
You
doing
can go
well.
to
I hope you're
You can
doing
go to
well. I hope working at White Castle or something has taught you to
This
not.
is-
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't
this
he?
is the mean episode.
He lost everything.
This is the mean
right?
episode because Mark's here, so immediately we're being more rude because you just
I
influenced
just
the
bring
room.
it out of you.
You bring it out of
But
us.
I'm not saying a single mean thing about Terry.
All right.
That man.
Terry was.
That man is
He
now
was
a
just
global
weird.
treasure.
He was just weird. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to put on local shows. He put on local shows. He got kicked out of so many places, moved to so many places. 4 places in like 3.5 years, I feel like.
Oh,
And
and we
he
played everyone.
kept going. There was the fire hall out in Tannersville. There,
Oh yeah,
remember?
5 places.
5 places. There was, and then the best one where the cult church is now.
Yeah, where the dome
at
is,
the
yeah.
Polka Dome. They didn't call it the Polka Dome. They should have called it the Polka Dome. Maybe they would still be open and not a cult church right now if they weren't called the Polka Dome. Or if they were called the Polka Dome. But
Or
the
if they
Pocono
played a
Dome.
sport that wasn't soccer.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh.
true. That's true.
Ooh.
If you had indoor rugby, it probably would have done better. Like people would have been like, "Look, you want to go watch a bunch of rednecks from Pleasant Valley
I mean,
beat the shit out of each
If
other
they
in
weren't in
rugby?"
Scioto, they might have done better.
Yeah. Is that Scioto or Scott Run?
No,
Scioto.
it's
Scioto?
Yeah.
Scott
Because
runs
Scott runs the other side.
towards Mount Pocono.
Yeah, everyone always called that scrotum and then called Scioto Scotia.
Scotia.
Bigwig would
Scotia,
play there
yeah.
and they'd be like, "Thank you, Scotia," and you're just like, "Oh, fuck you, Tom! Like you've been here 40 times in the last
Seriously.
30 days."
I can't not walk into you.
Yeah,
You're here all
yeah.
the time.
I saw you at
Go
the
back to
mall.
Jersey.
You were eating at Sbarro's, man. I saw you. I saw you. You were there. Sweet tight jeans now, bro.
He's got like a bluegrass band. Now.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
At one point, he was working at a bagel shop in Jersey, and I walked into it, and he was there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, this is crazy. And I just nerded out to him and he was like, "Oh yeah, I think I kind of remember you." And I'm like,
I
"You
gotta
don't,
make
but
some
thank you
bagels."
so much, man. Thank you so much."
Did you want cream cheese or butter?
But our it's a little extra for extra, but that's why they call it extra.
It's flavorized flavored.
Yeah. So the theme song this week, we want Red Hot Chili Peppers style. You wanted to do
Redheaded Chili Peppers?
Redheaded chili peppers.
Redheaded chick peppers. Red Hot Cheap Pops. Ding dong dang dongs.
Yeah.
Rhino hard, come proudly.
Yeah.
Jingle pound.
You played the bass there. You broke out some slappity slap bass on there a little bit. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was a good song.
I'm a rusty old man.
We don't always talk about the song that we do. Usually we just kind of like let it be.
Usually kind of it's so bad we're just like.
Yeah.
Let's hope they tuned in after the
Yeah,
jam.
they didn't tune in until after the song, hopefully. But this time, the last thing that I say on the recording, I wanted to bring up, ding dang dong dong. In the Red Hot Chili Peppers song "Around the World,"
Right.
there are actual lyrics to the actual song
Correct.
that are ding dang dong dong. He says ding dang dong dong, ding dang dong dong, or some
I
whatever.
don't think it was exactly that way.
Ding ding
I think you nailed
dong
it.
dong ding dong. But it's and I've always thought since whenever 10 years ago,
I
whenever
think that was a
song
Daft
came
Punk
out,
song you were just saying.
Yeah? I could do that
Sound
too.
like that.
We can sell that to them. They'll make money. Just give me a helmet. You got a helmet, Zach?
I got a couple.
I'll do it. I need a jumpsuit.
Different varieties.
I need
I have
rave wear
jumpsuit
and a
as
helmet.
Well.
Yeah.
I could dress you up.
Ooh, I could also just be the Stig then,
True.
A fat Stig. The American Stig when he was fat.
Oh yeah,
I can do that.
Remember that?
Yeah, that'd be good. You could have done that for a career if they had kept that going.
Been a fat race car driver.
Yeah. You could have done that. You could have done that. You know about cars. You know about cars. I think you
What
could be
you
a
know
race
about
car
cars?
driver. That's the way my brain works. But either way, ding dang dong dong. I looked it up because I was like, it's either he's just being oddly racist very blatantly in the middle of a song and not wanting to learn a real Chinese phrase. Like, you could have just learned a Chinese phrase.
Right.
It's not that hard. There is Google, and I'm proving that by having used Google to search ding dang dong dong.
Was there Google then, though?
Yeah, this is like 10 years ago. Google was
Yeah.
definitely there.
Oh, yeah.
If it was in the last 20 years, there was at least
It wasn't as
Jeeves.
efficient,
You could have
though.
asked Jeeves.
Do you think Anthony Kiedis in the studio going, "Hey, Jeeves"?
He was
Hey,
also
Chief.
rich at this point.
Yeah.
He could have flown to China and
Or-
been like,
or-
teach me
That's
some
true.
Chinese.
Get this,
you know?
get this. A book. A book would have worked.
You know what?
They
Like,
have those
when we
things.
talk about like, oh, well, how did you figure that out before the internet?
Yeah, but
A
I'm
book?
pretty
People
sure
have
their
been
language
figuring things
uses.
out for a while.
And then they write them down so other people could know them.
But we're
Right.
assuming Anthony Kiedis has been figuring things out for a while.
Yeah,
I think
it's
you're
true.
giving him a
Maybe
little
too.
too much credit.
Yeah, well, I looked it up. I googled it, and "ding dang dong dong" does have a real Chinese translation. So you got to give it to him. He was actually saying something. It's not just the racist ramblings of a weird fucking California surfer trash guy. It translates to.
Do you think he was trying to be though?
I don't know. I think maybe, but I think either way, he has a translation. It translates to jingle pound.
Jingle pound.
Jingle pound. Jingle pound.
What's the lyrics before that?
Oh my gosh, let me look them
Does
up
it like
real
make
quick.
sense?
Which song is this?
It's just
Does
around
any of his
the
songs
world.
actually make any
I don't
fucking
know.
sense,
I
dude?
mean, Under the Bridge makes sense. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
that's
all right.
about. And around the world, the lyrics.
He really
Let's check
fell off
this out.
like those later things. He
Oh,
really just
yeah,
started
dude.
using syllables.
He had no idea what was
It's
going on.
pseudo
Dude.
scat. So it says, "Around the world, I feel dutiful. Take a wife because life
Dutiful?
is beautiful." Yes, beautiful and dutiful. I know for sure. Ding dang dong dong ding dang dong dong ding dang.
Jingle
I
pound.
know it's you. Ding dang dong dong ding dang dong dong ding dang.
So
Mother
does that
Russia, do not suffer. I
Mother
know you're
Russia.
bold enough. I've been around the world and have seen your love. And I know it's you. You say hello, then I say I do.
Communist! This motherfucker is a communist.
Again, I think you're giving him too much
Yeah.
credit.
Russification coming soon. We'll see that. So those are the full
Wait,
lyrics.
so he
How's
says
the
ding
surfing
dang
in the
dong
Black
dong
Sea?
a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how many times? Like, so He says that in the
Jingle pound
Jingle
twice.
pound,
Jingle pound, jingle pound, jingle pound, jingle
Mother
pound,
Russia.
jingle pound, Mother Russia.
Jingle pound, Mother Russia.
Jingle pound, Mother Russia.
Jingle pound me, Mother Russia.
Oh yeah. So I went into a little bit of an internet hole looking this up. I was like, okay, ding dang dong has to have other, like, maybe it's a cultural reference.
The Reddit is the greatest.
The Reddit is amazing, but starting off, I just googled ding dang dong dong just to see what came up,
Right.
and the first thing that came up is Urban Dictionary, which
Right.
always has an answer for everything. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what you type in, any combination of words. So ding dang dong, not dong dong, but just ding dang dong, means shock and amazement at a developing situation. And they give you, as a good dictionary should, use in a sentence. And the sentence is, ding dang dong, can you believe he went and dunked that ball? Now, the next one is the most famous use of ding dang dong ever. And when I heard it, I was kind of shocked that I didn't immediately think of this, but who thinks of songs like this? The lyrics go, Brother John,
Yep.
morning bells are ringing, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. It's just ding dang dong. That's it. It's Frere Jacques. Like, I don't think he's referencing Frere Jacques in this. I don't think
It
Anthony
could be,
Kiedis.
though. It's around the world.
It's around the world.
And he
It's
puts a lot
French.
of ding
That
ding
is
dongs in there.
French.
Maybe
He
there's
does.
one for each one of
Yeah,
them.
He's ringing the
Frere
bell.
the Jacques
Maybe
everywhere.
he wrote that.
Maybe
He
he's
wrote
a
Frere
time
Jacques.
traveler.
He wrote the Reddit thing.
He's a time. Oh, the Reddit thing. Well, now, yeah, let's get to the Reddit thing. Let's get to that now.
He went to the future.
On Reddit,
Yeah.
somebody asked under the subreddit Red Hot Chili Peppers, is Anthony Kiedis really speaking Chinese and all around the world? So I'm not the only one, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. And then the that's the title, and then the body just says, anyone know? And then the first comment, the name was deleted, the account was deleted, but the comment's still there. It says, yes. They didn't get the translate. They didn't know what he actually said. They were just going off what they heard. They said, yes, bing bong, bing bing, bong, bing bang translates roughly to, I have crippling depression. And then the first response there is a Chinese guy here. He's actually saying, I have osteoporosis. Another person said, I thought it translated to, I am in great pain. Please help me. And then immediately someone's like, wow, that's kind of deep, seeing how it's like a lighthearted song. And then somebody's like, should we tell him? Should we tell him? Fucking dumbass thinks the guy's being serious there. And then the last one says, I believe in there's a demo version where he originally sang Gubba Nub Nub Duraka, which sounds Klingon when you read it. It
Star
sounds
Trek counter one for the episode.
which roughly means whatever lets you sleep at night. Whatever lets you sleep at night. So I don't know. What's your opinion? Do you think he's being racist, Mark? Do you think he's
don't think he's being racist.
Do you think he's just scatting in a weird way?
I think he's being Anthony Kiedis. He's just doing syllables.
He's off.
man.
Yeah.
He's off in the world.
I think as time's
I don't
gone
have
on,
lyrics anymore.
He's just a caricature of himself.
Yeah.
He
Do you
just
think-
people want to see me do weird
Yeah.
stuff with my hands
Yeah.
and go sig-a-dow, ga-jigga-jigga-dow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
He's the same as Steven
Keep
Tyler.
your shirt
man.
off.
They're the
Keep
same
your shirt
person.
off. He's slowly, and I've always thought he kind of looked like him, but he's slowly aging into Iggy Pop.
Oh, he
Like
is.
he's
No.
very.
I mean,
close.
he should be so lucky.
They
but-
should do a remake of Crybaby while he's got it in the next like 10, 20 years, you know? And just give
Yeah.
him that.
Who
that
does the
old-
Johnny Depp character?
Ooh, Johnny Depp character? I don't know. Zac
Just-
Efron because
I was
I
just
don't
gonna
guess.
say that.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, just give it to Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
he does a remake
Gosling?
of everything.
Just
Yeah.
as a 19-year-old guy.
Yeah, why not?
about
Zac Efron on
the dude-
steroids as a
The
19-year-old
dude
guy.
from Baby
Yeah, that'd be
Driver.
good. Baby Driver?
Yeah.
Baby
Yeah.
Driver,
That's a
Yeah.
good
baby.
call. That's a good
Well,
call.
this actually...
For the
this-
record,
movie,
I
man.
love Crybaby.
Crybaby?
Oh yeah.
I
Is a
love
good
that
film.
movie.
For all the films by Mr. Waters, I almost said Walters.
Mr.
I like
John
that,
Walter Waters.
and I like Pecker. Pecker is like a weird
Yeah,
one.
that's a
Pecker's
good
not
movie.
bad, though. I
Do you-
don't really like Eddie Furlong.
Do you have to say it like
It's-
that?
Is it?
Pecker.
It's him, Pecker.
Yeah, because they
Um,
kind of say it like that in the movie.
Yeah,
over and
it's
over.
over and over, but it's Eddie Furlong.
Is
Yeah,
that
it
Christina
could have been
Ricci?
Tobey Maguire, and it probably would have been just as okay of a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Elijah Wood.
Christina Ricci is the other.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood probably would have made it a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
But it's showing the like just the sad depressingness of Baltimore in a great way. He's phenomenal at that, and then he's just overly perverted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just is, I mean, I don't know what his, like, they have, like, some tag name for him, like, some, like, you know, he's, like, the godfather of, like, you know, like, dirty Americana film or whatever.
I love him.
He's
I love it.
He's so weird. He's so great. But we were talking about, if we were going to recast that. Something I did want to talk to you about in the world of recasting. You are an X-Men fan.
I am, yes.
You're an X-Men fan in the way that you have a whole sleeve that's X-Men.
Yep.
2 whole sleeves, both sides.
Yeah, one's villains, one's
One's villains,
heroes,
one's
yeah.
heroes. And you have them like predating the movies.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You like, which is great.
Within, yeah.
Yeah, within
I
that
think
time
I
frame.
did it before the movies came out, but kind of close.
But it wasn't.
You'd have to ask
wasn't
Josh.
like a lot of guys who Josh probably is tattooing now that love X-Men, but they're getting Hugh Jackman. They're getting Halle Berry done beautifully.
Though
like,
for the record, they're getting like
they're
beautiful
getting
portraits.
like they might as well have Halle Berry living on their fucking arm, creating a real storm on their fucking arm. Ever since he did Wayne's Joker on the forearm,
oh, he's amazing.
It blew my. I was like, it looks like you just have a picture on your arm, and it's creepy.
I have some later, not that it's related to that, but I have some later stuff on my legs that he did that is like. And that's still early on for him doing portraits. Like it's
dude, he's an incredible fucking.
Did he do your chest piece too?
He's done everything.
Everything on your body is him.
Yeah, he did my grandmother.
That's actually my first interaction with you, Mark. I don't know if you remember this. Like I knew who you were, but I never really talked to you. Mm-hmm. And I just gotten done getting tattooed. No, I didn't know him. Like I knew your name, and I'd seen you before. But I think you were hanging out with Tara, Gus, and probably Pete, or probably Tara and Pete back then.
Pete might have been around, but Tara was with Gus when we started hanging out.
Okay, then it was Tara and Gus.
Unless it was like when Muckraker played her 16th birthday party. Which
I don't remember, dude. I was walking down the aisle at Floods, and all of a sudden somebody grabs my shirt and lifts it up, and I look over and it's you, and you're like, Josh, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, or you're like, all right, cool.
You thought his name was Josh.
I thought you were Josh. Yeah. What people don't know is Justin has a giant tattoo that just says Josh across.
That's right. Yeah.
I was like, it's very understanding.
I was really drunk and making sure I
very
could still
understanding.
read.
Yeah. Now, my question is basically, you are an X-Men fan. You are, sorry for the term, but you're old enough to have known X-Men in the 90s in comics. And then the movies got made.
Yes.
So, and Justin, you probably have a better recollection. I was like 14, the movies were coming out, and I had maybe a handful of comics here and there. It wasn't, living up in Saw Creek, there's not a comic book shop.
And I was a big comic nerd.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
me too, man. Like the old school, the older 90s comics, especially McFarlane stuff. Like some of my favorite is Wolverine, Spider-Man together because it's McFarlane. It's real dark and fucked up.
I love it. I love it. I
do
love
you
his
guys-
style. I used to try to draw it all the time.
when the movies started coming out, when X-Men, I think it's 2000, it came out, right at the turn of the century, right around the time.
Wasn't it Fantastic Four? That was the big blockbuster before X-Men?
There was a...
No,
Spider-Man, I think, came out first.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah, because Spider-Man 2 is coming out in 2001.
The first X-Men might have came out
No.
before Spider-Man.
X-Men's 2000, Spider-Man's 2002, I believe.
Okay.
Because Spider-Man had a trailer or a
Spider-Man's
movie poster.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
X-Men is the first.
yeah, it's the first of that. There was a Fantastic Four back in the 90s.
Well, there was, but
that's
there was
like,
a Punisher back.
There was
in
a
the
Punisher.
90s.
Oh yeah. There was a Captain America.
Well, there was also David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen any of that?
Oh yeah.
Those are absurd.
One of the only there's only 2 like comic book movies predating that X-Men movie that are like real serious in the way that they
Besides,
are
like,
now.
the Batman.
I don't mean serious like in terms of.
Well,
tone, but like
there's
the
lots
way,
of Batman movies.
The way that they are. But there was Blade in 97.
Yeah, you're right.
Which, by the way, all 3 of those movies are great.
Yeah.
I agree.
Blade and Spawn, which is 97 as well, I believe.
Okay.
Which is very hard to go back and rewatch. It really
X-Men in 2000, and from then on, that's how comic book movies are made.
And so you got to see all of that kind of unfold in more of a vein. Like, again, I was 14, so I just went and saw the X-Men movie in theaters, and my first real introduction outside of a couple of TV shows here and there, and not having cable growing up, it was whatever my cousins put on a VHS and sent to us. So I would get like, I saw Hulk vs. Wolverine style stuff, but I didn't really know much about, like, I didn't know the Avengers, I didn't know anything like that. So my view is like, okay, sweet movies. This is way easier for me. Now I can just watch the movies, and it's great. But you grew up reading everything. Do you both, you and Justin, do you remember like the lead up to that coming out? what was like the hype like? Do you remember like feeling like I'm gonna get disappointed by this? Like Hollywood's gonna fuck over and like just fuck off and make like just a shitty, another bad 90s style? Like, do you remember your feelings going into it?
I was pretty excited. I remember being pretty excited because I remember there was a lot of like on websites and stuff back then. There was a lot of like talk
Joe
about
Blow
who was
and
being
shit.
cast.
Yeah.
And like, I remember back then I used to go on, I think it was like comicbookmovies.com or something, like
real original name because it was available at that time.
Yeah, and like there was a lot of like you could kind of see what was gonna happen. Like, so I was pretty excited. I remember Wolverine was gonna be Glenn Danzig.
What?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So they first cast Halle Berry as Storm.
Okay, she's the first person on, and that makes sense.
That's what I mean, this is what I remember.
But that makes sense later on when she's like, "Why don't I have more screen time?" I was supposed to be the star of this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good casting. I mean, it could have been better now that I've seen it, but at the time, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
But then it was like Glenn Danzig was going to be Wolverine, and it was like. It was the 90s.
Yeah, so
like,
you're
going
thinking
into
dark,
the 2000s. Like,
so are you thinking you're going to get more of like a Crow darkness to it? You're thinking more
Glad
Burton.
you mentioned the Crow because that, I think that should be mentioned as one of the first serious comic book movies with Blade.
They got terrible,
is that Vertigo or is that...
Yeah, I think so.
Or
they
Dark
got real
Horse,
terrible.
One of those guys.
Yeah, but that first movie is...
It's 94, yeah.
And even City of Angels wasn't that bad.
No, I actually
City of
liked
Angels?
That was the second Crow.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Nick Cage movie.
The Edward Furlong
That's
one
the
was
worst pile of garbage
terrible,
ever.
The Nick Cage movie?
Actually, the second movie...
Is that 2 times tonight we've said, oh, that's a good movie? Oh, yeah, Edward Furlong one? That sucks, dude.
You'll get... You keep bringing Eddie Furlong.
Hold on.
We get Terminator 2. We get Terminator 2 pretty
No.
much.
I will redeem him right here. I'll redeem him right here. Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock City is a phenomenal fucking movie, and it's the only reason I can slightly appreciate
and he's
Kiss.
not bad in it.
And he's not bad.
Yeah.
But he's not the best part of that
movie.
movie.
My wife loves that movie.
He plays a really good, strung out looking motherfucker.
Exactly.
For some reason. I don't get it. So, Justin, do you remember it coming out? Do you remember the X-Men movies and the hype?
I do. I mean, I was excited for it.
Yeah.
Like, to see comic books come into a form where you could just watch, that's awesome.
And in the universe of comic books, everything's always being reimagined.
You're right.
And
that's the biggest problem with them,
2-3 years, they're being reimagined. So in the movies, to me, the way I've always kind of observed the comic book world, like no matter whether it's DC or Marvel or subsidiaries, every single movie, even if it's continuous of something else, you're going to slightly change something. You're going to tweak things here and there. And I get that. And you're creating your own universe, like the MCU and the DCEU. Like, you're creating your own universes. So now it's whatever the fuck you want to do. It's like J.J. Abrams with Star Trek created twice the Kelvin timeline and just went off on his own thing so he could just do that. And I appreciate the using what they've always done in comic books. It's just reimagining.
Well, I think I think they need to do this major one. Obviously, Infinity War, they had to do that. But now that they've established what the characters are, who's staying, the new ones, they should do whatever. Stop following comic book lines. Then you'll stop running to the issue of people bashing your movie because it's not what they wanted.
Yeah, because the Thanos timeline.
I don't think they'll ever get people not bashing them.
No, they will. They will. But if they're not following,
gonna make everybody happy.
If they're not following a fucking comic book format where this is what the story is, and if they change it, that's not what happened. It's fucking trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The problem early on was that before Marvel had their own. Before they were owned by Disney and had their own studio, they had to sell these properties to different companies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
so Sony had Spider-Man, Fox had X-Men, Fox had Fantastic Four. So that's why when you get stuff in the MCU, you don't have mutants because they're not allowed to have mutants.
They're not allowed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, also you have these companies that aren't invested in the comic in the storylines, making what they want to make. Yeah. Which sometimes worked out. The first 2 X-Men movies I think were great. Yeah. The third one was
the third one was ridiculous. I was going to get to that. Did you watch Deadpool 2?
I have not yet.
Okay.
Do you want to borrow it?
I would love to.
Okay,
I'll let you borrow it. Phenomenal.
It's my favorite movie of this year. I think it was the best thing that I watched all year.
Yeah, I'll definitely borrow it, please.
Now,
otherwise, I'll be getting it from the Red Box.
X3.
X3. Just remind me before.
Last Stand, correct? That's Last Stand. That is Brett Ratner coming on board.
Yes.
That is when Superman Returns happened. So that is why Homeboy jumped ship and went over and made his art house Superman flick. which I loved. Like, I love that one.
I think it's a good movie.
It's great. It's
I think it's a good movie.
That's the one with Kevin Spacey.
That's a good movie.
That's
Brandon
great.
Wait, is that the one where
he was annoyingly perfect for that role?
He was Christopher Reeve.
He was.
He played Christopher Reeve.
Like he had the stone cold. Like, all right, it's the American way, and all of like.
I'll take Brandon Routh over.
Henry Cavill. I personally everything in the DC universe, the DC EU, Wonder Woman was great. It was I had a really fun time in the way that I really liked Captain America, the first Captain America. That's good. I liked Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow because it was a futuristic 1930s fun movie. Yeah. It's a bad fucking movie. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Never saw it.
Dark City was another movie that I love that motif, that whole idea of it being futuristic 1930s.
13th Floor.
I want them so bad now that they're doing the Joker. Oh, 13th Floor is phenomenal.
You've never seen 13th Floor? You need to watch that. I think I actually have that on DVD.
Yeah,
you can borrow
you're going home with a lot of DVDs,
dude.
It's like movies on
when you
move,
watch
$7, 7 days.
Yeah.
You gotta return next week. You gotta return by next Tuesday at 9.
Can I just do like I used to do with movies on the move and then just owe them money for
forever? Dude, whatever.
Yeah,
years
you do that.
and years.
Movies on the move is great.
Ben Doolittle said that Furlong got high and stole lobster from a display at Walmart.
Nice.
Yeah,
Keith asked.
No, that's just life.
Keith asked, "What's wrong with that?" Ben responded, "Nothing. Just saying you should have played Aquaman."
You should have played Aquaman. Ooh,
Furlong.
That would have been the most hated character ever.
It was bad
for
enough
you.
we had to have him as a crow. I don't need him as Aquaman too.
Yeah. Now moving forward within the Marvel universe, it looks like they're gonna get Fox. Disney's gonna get Fox.
Yes.
So that means
that's happening.
99% of the stuff besides Spider-Man.
Not if Trump has anything to say about it.
Nah, it's already gone through.
But if we don't want to if it goes through and it does like officially happen, we're going to be able to have everything from the X-Men universe.
Well, they're doing because they're streaming. They're doing their own streaming service.
Yeah. They're like Disney's branching off and doing their own thing, so they're going to have a great monopoly on.
Yeah, they're just taking Fox's platform.
The rumor I had heard was so they're going to make a Dark Phoenix movie.
Okay.
With Sansa.
Yeah, Sansa's going to be in it.
That poor girl, no one knows what her real name is?
No.
She's just Sansa Stark.
She's great in other
movies.
You're
in movies with James McAvoy. I'm not going to remember anybody else's name.
Yeah,
he's
true.
He's getting my attention.
He's phenomenal.
He's amazing.
Dude, that was the most impressive, I think, in that recasting there when they went young. The two of them are almost better than the old guys. But it's just because they are doing the old guys. Like, they're doing them. They're doing them. And Ian McKellen's super stoked about it.
Don't you talk shit on Patrick Stewart.
No, Patrick Stewart, they are just full on embracing what those guys set up. And it's
Fassbender.
It is so good.
Oh, by the way, if this cuts out for any reason, we're sorry. They're working on power lines out in front of the house.
There's a power line. Yeah.
So it's down.
If at any point we go down,
I already went out and yelled at them. It will not cut out. Mean Mark has made it clear that
you're not allowed to stop being alive.
Have you seen Black Panther?
I have seen Black Panther.
All right.
Mark, have you?
I have.
Okay.
That movie, the best to me, the best part of that movie was Andy Serkis. I forgot how much of a good of a fucking shut up, dude. I'm not going in that direction. Just saying, acting wise, dude, that dude is insane, man.
The two of you.
My favorite is the dad. His eyeball.
Oh,
in that one scene.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
What's
going on with that? It's a whole bunch of messed up eyes in that movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
But like, it works.
What's going on?
And how many Forrest Whitakers?
The vibraniums just making their eyes pop out.
Is Forrest Whitaker in this movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one.
He plays a shaman, dude.
Panther.
Yeah.
Black
Panther. Yeah. I'm sad that there's not a scene where James McAvoy massages a fart out of his stomach, because that was the best scene ever in The Last King of Scotland. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay, Last King of Scotland. Last King of Scotland is a movie where Forrest Whitaker plays an African dictator, and James McAvoy is a doctor that comes into.
I did see that movie.
So there's a scene.
Yeah,
there's a
that
scene.
was a crazy.
Forrest Whitaker won the Best Actor Oscar for it, and there's a scene where he's like almost dying from pain, and James McAvoy comes running in, and he's like trying to help. He's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And he's sitting there, and he's like feeling his stomach. He's like feeling everything. And James McAvoy just gets this look in his eye, like, I know what it is. And he just presses on one part of his stomach, and he just lets out the longest fart. And it's this dramatic Academy Award winning film with this great fart scene in it.
We're gonna redo that tomorrow.
He just rips it straight out for like it's a good 15-second fart, I want to say, and then it's just it was just guys, whatever the accent fucking is, I can't do.
Yeah.
But
you're the new Black Panther.
Yeah, you're the new Black Panther. So who do you think going forward they're gonna recast everybody? Hugh Jackman's done. He's not gonna come back to do this. I mean, he could get a lot of money and come back, but if they don't, where do you think they go? Who do you think?
Before this Venom thing happened, I thought it was going to be Tom Hardy.
I definitely thought it was going to be Tom Hardy.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Are you excited for Venom?
Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong?
Eddie Furlong. I'm hoping it's David Boreanaz, but I just want David Boreanaz to be in everything.
That would be weird.
I want him to be in everything.
You do?
I'm a huge Angel
fan. I could see him as...
He's too old now, but...
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. You have to find, like, Hugh Jackman gave it 18 solid years.
Nathan Fillion's too old, too.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be terrible.
He wouldn't be terrible. He wouldn't really be bad. It would be a little bit different of approach. But, I mean, they could go with just finding, like, a good short guy. Like,
I mean, I hope they kind of do the Star Wars kind of thing and cast some people that you don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of like
that. Get some new actors in, man.
Like,
when Hugh Jackman took over, he didn't have a huge career at that point.
And I thought that was the craziest, stupidest casting ever. This guy's like 6'3".
Yeah.
Wolverine's like 5'2".
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was the thing with the comics when you're like, oh, well, she should be, 5'2" and a bowling ball.
So
that's why Glenn Danzig made sense.
Yeah. Before it came out, that was.
Hugh Jackman was amazing.
Ooh, what if they got Martin Short?
A
really nice.
I'm gonna watch that.
He is Canadian. He is Canadian.
What's that?
What?
What's that do with anything?
Because he's short. He's a
Keith says he'll play Wolverine.
He's supposed to be 5'2", 5'4".
In the comics,
Wolverine's Canadian. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Keith says he'll play Wolverine, dude.
Huh?
What is that?
He'll play Wolverine.
I just never.
Yeah, my brother would make a good Wolverine.
Actually, that's not a terrible choice.
Keith is a great. All right, so we're gonna.
Not a terrible choice.
We're gonna go
cast all the X-Men with Mochas.
Yeah, we could.
True.
I mean, we could cover.
Oh, you need to do that for a family reunion.
That would be pretty sweet.
Who are you, Kyle?
Oh my God, I think I'm Beast. I would just I think that's overpronouncing everything and being like super pompous about shit.
Yeah.
But you're still big and blue.
Yeah, I'm big and blue. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We got a lot of in-laws and little kids too, so we can do second generation X-Men and all that stuff. We can have like a little Cyclops.
Your brother who wears the tail can be Nightcrawler.
He can. Oh, he is Nightcrawler. That is perfect.
He did call out Gambit.
Kevin,
you know Nightcrawler has 2 dicks.
He has 2 dicks. Just like my brother. What? This is perfect casting.
I was always
2 wieners.
Somebody always told me this story that in an interview somewhere they do.
Alan Cumming just wanted to have 2 dicks. That's all it was.
Nightcrawler has 2 shafts.
He's so great. Him and Goldeneye with the fucking pen. I click pens all day long because he's like clicking that thing and it's the bomb that's like gonna detonate everything. And you just click. Ever since then, like, I would go to, like, school in, like, 6th, 7th grade, and I'd just be clicking my pen, and everyone fucking hated me. For that and other reasons.
He's in this movie. I think it's a Shakespeare remake with Anthony Hopkins. It's called Titus.
Oh.
And it is a sick movie.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers in it.
He's also, the thing I like about him is he's been able to do crazy, like, Broadway stuff for the last 20, 25 years. He's done the huge, he's done the X-Men franchise. Mm-hmm. But he's also the bad guy in Spy Kids. He's Floop in Spy Kids.
Who isn't the bad guy in Spy Kids?
I mean, Stallone was, right? Stallone did it. Yeah, so you got Cummings and Stallone. You pretty much wrap it all up right there.
Ricardo Montalban make an appearance?
Oh my God, I really hope he did. Is that 3? Ricardo Montalban? I think that's 3.
You guys were talking so much for a second. I missed it. Oh,
we got to Ricardo Montalban and then I shouted Khan.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
back in. I was just like,
I think that's a good spot to cut to a break. We're gonna cut to a break right now. All right. We're gonna be hearing. Which song are we playing? Do we have a name for it this week? Or are we going with break 1 and break 2?
Which track do you want to do? 4 or 10?
If you do 4, it's called The Game.
All right, we'll play the game.
We're gonna play the game. You're going to listen to the game while we play the game.
I'm going to touch my
Douglas
nipples.
is the game.
We will be back in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. Bye. Bye. Welcome back to
Mark's having trouble.
Mark's having trouble keeping that temper down.
I have trouble watching like scary movies with like kids in them now that I have kids.
Well, yeah,
like,
that's the whole point of that movie. I was talking about Megan is Missing.
Like
well, I've always had a problem watching scary movies with like kids because it's always like some creepy black-eyed kid crawling on the fucking ceiling, all twitchy and everything. Like that shit. I just
in the ring.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. I can't take it. And then
what about like did you see Orphan?
No, of course I didn't see Orphan.
You didn't see Orphan?
You should watch Orphan.
I don't watch
dude.
any of these movies.
It's not.
I don't like being terrified. I like being
watch Orphan, dude.
Yeah,
watch
the
Orphan.
guy
I didn't
from,
see that either.
Garden State.
Oh, it's so good,
Which
man.
guy?
The
Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Peter?
Yeah.
The not Zach Braff.
Not Zach Braff. Not
Mr.
Natalie
Maggie
Portman.
Gyllenhaal. He's Mr. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he's a Gyllenhaal lover.
You know, he was in the new.
Aren't we all?
I love me a Jake.
That's a
Maggie.
I mean, I'll take a Jake over Maggie.
I'll take a Jake
I'll
over
take
Maggie.
them both
except
at the
in
same
Secretary.
I might take Jake Gyllenhaal as a Wolverine.
Yeah. They
rumored
that as an idea, but I think he's coming on in the Marvel universe for Fantastic Four or something other.
Okay.
So
I don't think he's tough enough. Wolverine has to be a meatball.
But he's proven in the past that he can
Tom
transform
Hardy
his body.
been.
Tom Hardy,
Tom Hardy
still could be.
Go watch The Greatest Showman and then tell me Hugh Jackman's whether Hugh Jackman's tough enough to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
They can get somebody that beat the shit out of Tom Hardy on set.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh.
Shia LaBeouf would be a badass.
He is literally 5'6" and an angry motherfucker.
So now I want to see a different movie.
Yeah.
I don't care what characters they are, but I want to see Eddie Furlong and Shia LaBeouf.
Eddie Furlong's gonna be Cyclops, and they're just gonna hate each other the entire fucking time.
I'm in.
That way you don't have
and
to
Elijah
look at,
Wood's gonna be Iceman.
You don't have to look at Eddie Furlong's dead heroin eyes. You know, you just get sunglasses over them. Oh, it'd be a way better way. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Now, okay. Now, before we get into a little bit about horror and stuff that we're gonna talk about, I do have a question, kind of a trivia question for you from the audience. All right. So this is I polled the audience, the whole audience.
They want to know why I'm so damn mean.
They want to know why you're such a fucking asshole, man. Actually, my brother Keith. Quick story. We all played softball together for a while at Zachy's farm, and Zach didn't, but the three of us, Justin and Mark and I, we played, and it was great times. And there was a trophy every week.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
if we had an MVP, they got the pink guitar.
Pink Barbie guitar.
It was
correct?
a pink Barbie guitar. No strings, just the
buttons. It
buttons.
played like Destiny's Child.
All right, this is the trivia question. We want to know,
Did I just give it up?
No, can you remember all three songs that it plays?
So it definitely played Destiny's Child.
Which song do you know?
Survivor.
Because it just this guitar, somebody would touch it and you just go, "I'm a survivor."
You're like not even trying to make that happen.
And you just
played
moved
like the actual clip of the song.
Yeah, it had a little.
It wasn't like a MIDI.
It had a pink cartridge in the guitar.
Not full song, but clip.
If you took it out, it would stop, and that was what we realized. You take out the cartridge and put it there. Can you remember the other two songs? Because I'm not sure if he's correct with all three.
I know two of them are.
I know two of them are for sure.
Is it gone, by the way? The guitar?
And we want to know where that is. The guitar, we don't know where that is. I think
the equipment was in your parents'
The equipment is,
basement.
I believe, now in my brother-in-law Randy's garage.
Okay. I should probably get that someday.
Yes.
Yeah, I have some stuff in there too.
Okay.
So do I. There's a lot of stuff in there that are like personal, like belonging, like gloves. I think I gave it to Beecher. At one point, I think he might have it. Yeah, he or Slacky probably have it. But what they don't have is the cartridge. Why they don't have the cartridge is because about 4 years ago, Keith moved to Northern California, and he packed this giant fucking duffel bag full of clothes. And the morning he left, I took the pink cartridge and I shoved it into the bottom of his bag, knowing that he would take like a month to go through these clothes before he got to the bottom of the bag. So 6-7 weeks into him being in California, I just got a picture of the pink cartridge texted to me, and I was like, all right, he got it. It's good. So he had the pink cartridge, and so he can remember. So it's Destiny's Child Survivor. That is for sure on there.
Yes.
The second one that I know for sure,
Miley Cyrus,
"What a Girl Wants."
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It would just go, "What a girl wants, what a girl needs,
Yes,
whatever makes you," and that's about all we can do legally. And again, you'd kick it, but then it also had a button. You could go, "Wah, wah."
Oh yeah.
You had a
Because
little
What a
whammy
Girl
bar.
Wants needs a whammy.
It needs a whammy in the middle of it. Now
they really call it the Wang bar.
The Wang bar. The Ding Dang Dong bar.
It's a Wang bar.
That's a dope bar, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what I called it.
That's weird.
I love when you just make things up and act like they're like.
When I first started playing guitar, me and Spencer watched this video. This guy was amazing, and he was teaching you tricks on the Wang bar. It was the only person I ever heard call it the Wang bar.
Wang bar.
He's like, it's like a video
Where did
from
he
the
touch
80s.
you?
This was Jim Bob's back home.
Show me on the guitar.
And tips.
And so from then on, it was always the Wang bar to me.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. Now, okay.
Pinch harmonicas on the Wang bar.
So What a Girl Wants was the second one, and I know that is correct because the second he said it, I was like, yeah. All right. Now I don't know, and he's listening, so he can clarify this. He said a name of a song. I looked it up on YouTube. I couldn't figure out. It might be a lyric to another song. He said it's not as bad as it can be.
Wow.
And that doesn't mean anything.
That's really heavy for a little kid.
It's not as bad as it can be. But we
looked at like a threat.
There's a
Shania, not as bad as it
there's
can
a
be.
Shania Twain song, Up. Ooh, oh, oh, get on, that whatever that song is.
Can you just keep doing that?
I
wish this was video so they could see
the bobbing back and forth.
Hopefully next season.
Next season you can see all the facial expressions.
It's like
it's gonna make it better.
Into Shania Twain.
I did. I put on a onesie piece with some flared out ends and just dancing on the top of a mountain somewhere in New Mexico. Yeah.
I could imagine it could be Shauna Twain.
Shauna Twain?
I could imagine it could be Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
I could see that being
Shania Twain, but from Atlanta.
Yeah, Shauna Twain.
Shauna Twain.
We have some comments, by the way.
I feel like a woman.
Yeah, we have some comments real quick, by the way.
What we got?
Ben says Neil Patrick Harris, Wolverine. Keith says Jason Segel is Hulk.
Jason Segel as Hulk.
Ben Doodle.
Doodle. Ben Doodle. Ben Doolittle.
Yeah, Seth Rogen is Captain America.
Nice. I like it.
He was already the Green Hornet.
He was.
Allison Hannigan, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? Just recast it already.
Leslie Jones as Black Widow.
Black Widow, Leslie Jones.
And then Ben says that's a skinny wang, just like the woman love.
Skinny wang. Guitars do have a skinny wang.
And Keith says it's definitely Twain.
Twain. Okay,
Twain.
so it's a Twain song.
The wang.
It's a Mark Twain song. That's what it is. It's a Samuel Clemens song. Nerds. You gotta love us or hate us. It's up to you. All right, so
go ahead. Whatever.
He's a dick. You can hate him. You guys want to talk horror movies, and there's specifically Mark. There was something Hereditary. You said it was called.
Yeah, I saw Hereditary.
I don't know anything about this. Explain. Like a quick trailer synopsis of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil.
So the basic idea is there's this family. They're definitely weird.
Okay.
And it's Toni Collette, who's awesome.
Yeah.
She's great and everything.
She's phenomenal.
Even Krampus.
She was good in Krampus.
Okay. I have not seen that.
Krampus is a fun
It was fun.
romp.
That was a good time. Yeah.
I'll probably watch it again this Christmas, Christmas Eve after the kid goes to bed.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was obviously a terrible movie, but they were obviously making a terrible movie.
Yeah. That was a popcorn movie for sure.
That was a great time. And
that's like what Black Christmas, that style of.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Black Christmas was a good one too. That was a good one.
But so Toni Collette, this was not a just trying to make a weird fun movie. This was definitely a lot heavier.
Yeah.
And it's this family, and the there's I want to say he's like 17. There's like a teenage boy, and then a much younger girl who has some sort of handicap.
She's on the spectrum in some way.
Yeah,
I mean, from the trailer I saw, she's definitely not.
And
she's got something going on, especially like whatever makeup they did.
Yeah.
That shit
you're
was,
saying
she
this,
looked
and now I'm remembering
terrifying.
briefly the trailer.
Yes.
Is it? Do you know? Is it somebody with actual on Spectrum, or is it an actress?
I don't know. I didn't research it, but I would guess that it's actually someone. Because she definitely, and she's good though.
Yeah, like in the movie The Ringer, this was a big thing back in the day when Johnny Knoxville did The Ringer. Half the people that played people on the spectrum were not on the spectrum. There's the one guy that's from
including Johnny Knoxville.
Including Johnny Knoxville.
Oh wait, no, he might have been on the spectrum.
No, I think he is for some way. Maybe. Makeup?
Justin's doing some research.
Yeah,
we got some research.
There's definitely something. It didn't seem to be makeup, but she was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's she's an actress. She's an actress that got cast in a role.
Yes.
Maybe because of the appearance, but they obviously, you can see from that one picture where they do a side-by-side comparison, they morphed her like crazy.
Yeah, they definitely
they dive.
She was actually
like
Grammy nominated.
Really?
For Best Musical Theater Album.
Damn, that's sweet. So
really?
she has.
Yeah.
So maybe she just has a face. She has a face.
Yeah, maybe they did do some doctoring. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they did a little bit.
Who knows? I'm sure we could Google some offensive things and get some offensive answers. But
she's just different looking.
Yeah.
But
they add makeup
and they really play into
her
brow. It's her brow.
For sure.
Yeah.
She has a brow
up with her nose
and a pointy
too.
nose.
Yeah.
Like it could be. It's like a cleft nose almost. It's weird. Who knows? But so I remember that from the preview, that face, and just being like, she's from Tampa. There we go.
There you go.
Well, she's on the spectrum. She's just from Tampa.
Yeah, she's just from Tampa.
It's all cleared up.
Hey, did you hear that, Tampa? Fuck you.
Yeah. Me and Mark says.
Hey, Carlos and the kids. Fuck you.
I don't know them.
I don't know.
That's Zach.
I know.
That's Zach.
Yeah.
You know Carlos.
I know Carlos. Yeah, Carlos is wonderful.
He is great.
He calls me Chumley. I love him.
He calls you Chumley?
Yeah, he calls me Chumley. That's his name for me. I love him a lot. He's great. He looked at me and went, "Fat guy, beard, hair. Chumley, what's up?" And I was just like, "All right, Joey Fatone, cool."
The other day, Zach chastised me. He said that I was giving Chumley too hard of a time.
What was that trailer I'm looking up? I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So Mandy. So you saw Hereditary. We're gonna get to Mandy in a bit.
We will. I just want to get it ready.
With Hereditary, what is it more? Is it jump scares? Is it psychological?
No, it's definitely more psychological. It's
a lot of slow, quiet, and then
yeah. I mean, there's some jump scares, but not like it's not like killing you with jump scares.
Okay.
Like it's definitely there's much more plot to it, which. I would say I think that invests you more in it. Like I think
for sure, dude.
Older horror movies like The Omen is a terrifying movie because there's a lot of buildup. There's a lot of suspense. Like you need to kind of just leave the
all
air.
The Exorcist movies.
Yeah, all the Exorcist movies. And speak of traumatized children,
man.
like that
Exorcist
is
3. With the bone cutters.
Yeah, well, in the first one, doesn't she say "Let Jesus fuck you" and stab herself in the vagina with a fucking cross? She has a crucifix, and she's going, "Let Jesus fuck you, let Jesus fuck you." Oddly, that was the first movie my parents saw on a date. They saw that was their first date. They saw The Exorcist, and then
they made a baby.
And then they made babies for a living. And they did
a living.
They did it for a living.
You think they saw that and they're like, "We don't want any of this.
We don't want any of this." And then they let Jesus love them.
If we have a bunch of children, maybe we'll be way too busy raising these children to ever remember seeing The Exorcist.
Yeah. They needed to bury
I can't watch that movie. I like scary movies, and I cannot.
No,
I cannot.
Is that one since you have kids that it freaks you out?
No, that's one that forever freaks me out. Like I feel like I'm getting possessed when I watch that movie.
Ooh.
Like
I read the book too. It's a wonderful.
I mean, I watched it. Don't get me wrong.
Nice lighthearted romp.
I could watch it over. I saw that. I always loved horror movies, and I remember like at my 11th birthday party or something. I had a horror movie themed birthday party because my birthday is November.
Yeah.
So when I was 11, we watched Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and The Exorcist.
Wow. Damn.
And then
what was the goodie bag?
Jesus when I was
Christ.
Like 13, we watched The Exorcist in church.
Damn, dude.
Church?
During confirmation class, we watched The Exorcist.
Well, they
skipped past the stab in the vagina part.
I would say they didn't want to make sure that they didn't want you to know that Jesus will fuck you.
But I had already seen it, so I was like, "Oh yeah, I fucking love this movie!" And everyone is like, "Oh my god!"
And knowing you definitely said, "I fucking love this movie" while you were in the church.
Yeah, he's like, "Hell yeah, motherfucker!
Like, hell yeah, this is a great film." They're like, "You've seen this?" We're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you know.
My parents are like,
Mark, do you remember Dead Alive?
Dead Alive.
Peter Jackson.
Dead or Alive.
It was the.
Is this the Michael J. Fox one?
No.
This
is Dead Alive.
Dead
Dead Alive. Peter Jackson. It was the goriest horror movie ever created for a long, long time. It was a horror comedy. It was absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic.
I don't think I've ever seen. Is Kate Winslet in it?
Dude, this is like in New Zealand.
Yeah, but I remember him doing a movie with Kate Winslet.
I don't think so.
Kate Winslet is from New Zealand, isn't she?
No, she's not. She's British.
I just made that up. I don't know.
Yeah. Nobody actually.
She was in a horror movie. Was that the Titanic?
Yeah. It's a long.
Never saw that one.
You never saw Titanic?
No.
Oh, she's got some boobies.
I know what happened.
The ship attacks at the end.
Yeah, everybody dies. Right?
Ghost Ship? Wait, we're talking about Ghost Ship.
I saw Ghost Ship.
Good film.
Yeah.
You know what? So cheesy horror movies.
Yeah.
You know a real guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's a great movie.
With Monk.
Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah. And
the
what's
mechanic.
his name? Shaggy.
And that girl is
Shaggy's
so hot.
in that movie?
Yeah, what's his name? The guy who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Matthew Lillard.
Oh, you were thinking...
I was like, Shaggy
I guess
the
I should have went with
rapper?
SLC
Or
Punk.
not the rapper.
Another great movie.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
But no, I love 13 Ghosts. I could watch that over and over again.
You know what? One of my favorite. I mean, my horror. I've seen the older classics just because I force myself to watch them. I don't enjoy it. I don't like being scared. It's not something that I enjoy doing. If you take me to like a haunted house, it's hilarious. Justin really wants to do some like intense video games.
We are gonna do some horror games
that we were doing.
Shit.
Gamer Not Gamer. And we're gonna.
You gotta play the old Resident Evil.
He wants to get visual, like.
I'm gonna go Bioshock.
My video of me freaking the fuck out to these games. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be really fucking terrible.
But you're gonna love it because the stories are so engaging.
Well, stories. That's what I watch.
You know what I mean?
Movies,
like,
the reason I watch them is for the stories. But Mandy. Let's get to Mandy real quick. This movie is. We're gonna play it. The audience, if you want to look at it, it's the Mandy official trailer.
You mentioned earlier, Nicolas Cage is a lumberjack.
Is he a lumberjack in
this?
Okay.
He's a woodsman.
Now is he a lumberjack or does he take the face of a lumberjack and switch his face?
Yes,
with...
so Face Off too.
I wish.
Yes, thank God.
My Lord.
So he's technically John Travolta.
Yes.
John Travolta actually gets his face. He comes back to life.
Do you think they just never switched back during that movie? Because we all know that they really switched faces. There's no way they could act that good.
So you think John Travolta has been stuck in Nicolas Cage's
He's been stuck for the last 23 years. Yeah.
You know, that would explain some stuff.
That would
explain a lot.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
Terrible amount.
John Travolta really trying to do good movies, but doing a terrible job and keep acting his way out of Nicolas Cage's body.
And I gotta say, Travolta doesn't seem like a Scientologist as
Nick
much
Cage
as
has been keeping him down
like a
this whole
Scientologist, you know? I think it's true. So this movie, it's one of the plugs in whatever the reviews. It says it's Nick Cage gives the performance of a lifetime.
Doesn't he always though?
And that's what Alyssa said. My girlfriend, she goes, doesn't every film he comes out with like knowing the performance of Nick Cage's career? And you're like, yeah, it's probably not. The B movie, whatever the fuck that. The bees, the Wicker Man. The Wicker Man. The performance.
Not the B movie. That was
Jerry Seinfeld.
That was Jerry Seinfeld and Renee Zellweger.
Seinfeld and Nicolas Cage confused.
A lot.
Actually,
a lot. What's the deal with airline food?
That was really
What's the deal? What is the deal with airline food? Oh, Elaine, you bitch.
Yeah.
Kramer.
So Kyle,
learn how to knock.
I had an impromptu idea.
Yes.
After Mandy.
Yes, the trailer.
I'm gonna play a couple different trailers.
Okay. All right.
You know, and one of them.
Trailers freak me out just as much as it's just as terrifying to me.
One of them, I think we all need to go to the theaters and see.
Okay.
Which is coming out very soon.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll start with Mandy.
Mandy. So yeah, this looks weird. I don't know the director. They say his name. I've never seen anything else from him. And if you're listening at home, are they going to hear anything from it or no?
We can turn it off or we can turn it on.
I don't know.
Really
what do you
care.
think? Turn it off, turn it on? Yeah, fine. Let's turn it on. You guys will hear what we're hearing a little bit lower down. And then we're going to also let you know, just look for the Mandy trailer if you want to see what we're seeing.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it'll probably be low for you guys.
It'll be low. But this, I like it.
I mean, Nicolas Cage in horror. I mean,
seriously. Is there no sound? Oh, there we go.
They even used the build-up of the suspense in the trailer.
In a world
In a world where couples are hating each other because they're naturally evil and their daughter's got a pentagram on their chest. Those glasses.
Wait, is somebody
stylized.
actually talking?
Real quiet.
Alright, hold on. I gotta find a better trailer.
Better trailer.
She's got something going
Welcome
on. Welcome like
to Sam Lasante show. Represented Barletta.
No, they can't.
I was gonna say that's Lou Barletta, isn't it?
That's Lou Barletta.
That is. Now we're watching a horror movie.
Now we're watching a horror flick.
In a world.
In a world
where people from Hazleton hate immigrants. Lou Barletta.
Lou Barletta. All right, here's the real trailer. Super professional, guys.
Yeah.
So there was sound beforehand.
I feel like I hear Steve in the background getting mad at what I just said.
Steve,
he's busy.
He's busy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Steve.
Yes.
Oh yeah! Shout out to your baby.
Well, we watched a horror movie trailer
on 9/11.
What? Oh shit! It is 9/11. You're right, Mark.
It is 9/11.
God, you have so much hate in your heart.
It happens.
Oh, this is why. Hold on.
There it is.
God damn.
No, just keep it going from here. It's pretty much where you need to know.
That's loud. There we go.
I have no idea what's going on.
You're a special one, Mandy.
So basically, it looks like this guy is pure evil and he needs his daughter for some reason.
It's not his daughter. I think it's his woman.
Maybe. But does that look like Nick Cage's face?
So he just took her face.
I don't know, because it could be Face Off 2 now.
Could be.
But that's
I don't know what's happening. Nick
Man.
Cage, she gives a performance of a lifetime.
Wow.
Performance.
He makes it. Look, he makes a.
What the fuck is going? Is this an action movie?
It's John.
Is this Evil Dead?
It's a John Wick style.
I don't know, but that was the guy from Predator.
That was.
Yeah.
He just went.
This is Evil
pure
Dead.
evil. Yeah.
And Akira.
I have no idea what's going
Me
on.
That's
neither.
a cool. There's some cool cinematography though.
Isn't that the guy from the newer
What
Mad
the
Max
fuck
movies?
is going on
Maybe.
right now?
Wow. Did Linklater do this movie?
No, it's some guy's name I've
What
never...
was with the animation all of a sudden?
Who knows?
And there's a
I
tiger.
don't know, dude.
And
I
there's
will
a
see.
tiger.
I will
Yeah.
see this movie
It's
just
just
because
bizarre
of this
as
trailer.
fuck.
I'm just gonna have to see this movie just to try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
I think I'm
dude.
gonna have to see it 3 times to figure out what the fuck's
I
going
think
on.
Nicolas Cage stole 3 different people's faces in this movie.
Face Off. Well, he's just getting all the sequels.
He skipped over Face Off 2. It's Face Off 3. 3 faces.
That
Alright,
was fucking
so the
crazy.
guy
Mandy,
that
well, you came and you said
This is
without
and Evil
thinking.
Dead. What the fuck is goddamn going on in this shit?
Who knows? Soon.
So the guy that
Soon.
made this
Soon.
movie,
Yes.
this is his second movie. He's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
His first movie was called Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Ooh.
Science fiction horror movie, and just the title alone makes
Tell me
me
John
want to
Travolta's
watch
in it.
that. Oh my god!
They
I
did the
wish.
wrong movies.
All right. So I was talking about
So
this
confused.
Yeah.
earlier. This is, I think, the possibly one of the most fucked up horror movies I've seen in a long time, and in the sense of like terror. It's a weird movie. My buddy Greg, you guys all met Greg. He's a huge horror buff. He's like, "Yo, do you want to watch a movie that will fuck you up?" And I'm like, "Sure." Like anytime somebody says that,
candy.
so anytime somebody says that, it's like, okay, cool. Like, you know, it's just another horror film. There's gonna be stupid things to it, but just the way that this is shot and the way it's handled is very fucking creepy, man.
All right, let's do it. It's called Megan is Missing.
Yep.
Came out in 2011.
Yep.
Her new video camera.
Yeah, the way that they shot it, it's like found footage type shit, but it's
Okay.
actually like all live.
14 years old.
Yeah, it's
They go to parties.
It's weird that Nicolas Cage is playing both the teenage girls.
I know. This is really weird. It's like adaptation too.
yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
They chat on cell phones.
Yep.
That guy looks like he's on a spectrum.
That looked like Mini Flea.
Mini Flea
was.
Flea joining the UFC. UF Flea.
Hey, cute girl.
So all of it's
Not all of it.
okay. What the fuck?
It's a very strange film.
Forever she disappeared.
Megan Stewart, a beautiful, popular 14-year-old.
Yeah, the quality is real shitty in some of the stuff.
This looks like it's a real fucking independent film.
It's twisted, man.
Who appears to lead her away. I loved her so much, and now she's gone because of you.
Well, now that you've come forward, do you fear for your own life?
Well, they didn't lie with the title. Megan is missing.
Yeah. It's a fucked up movie.
That looks like a terrible movie to watch.
Yeah.
Why would you want to? I'd be paranoid about people kidnapping people for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Is that why people watch it, to be paranoid about things?
That was
man.
unsettling.
I don't like that.
I
don't like that. Cheer us up with
really
another film. What do you?
I really couldn't. I couldn't quite get into it because I'm still trying to figure out what that Nicolas Cage movie was.
I think it's pure evil. I think it's Close Encounters meets The Devil's Advocate.
I've actually not watched this trailer yet. It's been out for a little while.
Ooh,
it's like 6 days.
Halloween one. Oh.
I think this is the movie we should all go and.
I definitely need to see. I will see this in theaters.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I give a feeling of the old Halloweens that it's probably not very popular?
Yeah.
I think he's like the least scary thing in the world.
Yeah.
I love those movies though.
I enjoy the movies.
Yeah.
I think Michael Myers in those first Halloween movies, the original ones, not the Rob Zombie ones, is a joke.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna walk slow at you with a knife just to choke you to death.
But it's an unstoppable force.
Spoiler alert. To choke you to death. That is what he does.
But he's the most boring, slow-moving, unstoppable force ever.
Atmosphere.
But and they do have creepy moments where
it feels like Halloween when I watch it.
Yeah, it does. And the best thing about it is 4 or 5, the Shatner mask, Trekkie mask. He's wearing a Captain Kirk mask.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5.
Hey, speaking of things following, have you seen It Follows, Mark?
I have not.
I heard about this today. Somebody told me.
All right,
it's
so you
an
should
STD
also watch
that. You fucking
I've heard about it.
Somebody basically.
But there's so many uneasy scenes
in
that movie.
Jesus fuck you in that movie.
There's so many uneasy scenes because the way that they have it, they do a lot of outside shots with a lot of people, and it can look like anything or anybody. So like there's plenty of shots where they're focusing on the main character, and in the background you just see feet walking towards. You know what I mean? Like there's like those unsettling moments of.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool movie. You should check that out too.
All right, so now we're gonna look at the latest trailer for Halloween 2, which we've already established in the past. It's starring Jamie Lee Curtis, who is the most beautiful lady over 60, in my opinion.
She's the most beautiful lady at any age.
I always say, I said in one of the last episodes, True Lies.
True Lies scene, dude. Yeah.
A young Elijah Dushku. Not that I'm saying she's hot. She's way too young in that. But
also,
just tying it back to Angel again.
Is she? Isn't she the daughter in Face Off? Is that her in Face Off?
Yes, she is. Yeah,
I believe Elijah Dushku is the daughter in Face Off. They do the face waterfalls.
Elijah Dushku.
Dushkush is not her name. That would be.
Dushikuchi.
Well, yeah, her last name it's originally Dushikuchi. Yeah, that's what it is.
They
changed it outside.
The left hand.
All right, let's check this out. The latest Halloween trailer.
I don't know if I saw this one. I think I saw the first one.
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet.
Oh, I did see this one. This is good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, dude.
That little kid was about to say, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Not good.
It's a new person behind the mask, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
And I think it's a new mask, actually.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
I'm pretty sure the guy that was behind the mask in the Rob Zombie ones is the guy who played Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie.
Really?
Really?
Oh, damn. That would make sense.
I'm not positive on that, but I think.
Pre-Liev Schreiber?
Ex-pro wrestler. Yes, pre-Liev Schreiber. It was fine, too.
He was. It's not a great movie. Not the best movie.
No, it's actually one of the worst movies.
What's her name is Silver Fox. Kind of weird. That's a weird.
And the first Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like Will.i.am in that.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He was good.
Yeah. We're talking all over this thing.
Hey, but he's got his knife now and he's slow walking. You love this.
That he would escape.
I think showing him walking around like this is creepier.
This is better.
Yeah.
Like that is
even this is better than the
from
original.
His perspective, because it was her perspective in the original.
Well, it was probably real cheaply shot. Like they probably didn't have a lot of money.
I'm not trying to shit on the movie itself. I'm just everybody's like, "Oh, Michael Myers is so scary."
I don't think he's scary. I just love the movies.
Oh hell yeah! And Chip from Armageddon's in it. All right. He wants a
Did they
whole
change the
week
theme?
stay.
It's got a little extra piano in there or something.
Yeah. Whoa.
That was always my favorite horror theme.
Did you see
though.
that, Justin?
Yeah.
That's the best part of this trailer.
No, the song is the best part of the trailer. It's the best horror movie song ever. I think it's...
That makes the whole franchise.
Oh, yeah, that's why I keep going back to it. It's
he did
so
it himself.
Did he?
John Carpenter does like
almost all of his.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He actually
Escape from New York and all of that. He literally just sits on a synth and
he does this. Yeah, he does the score for like all his movies and some other people's. And he will. I don't know about anymore, but he would like go on tour. And,
I didn't actually know that, dude.
Oh yeah,
that would have been fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
So in this timeline, it's her brother still.
Yeah, well, this is no.
Or is
never
not.
They eliminated.
They're eliminating that. Okay.
This is the second movie.
Yep.
Oh, this
comes right
after
Halloween,
the first one, and now this,
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, not right after, obviously, but this is
because I know they obviously are taking out H2O, which sucks because that means they're eliminating LL.
Yeah, they're eliminating everything but the first movie.
Yeah. All right.
Did you guys like the Rob Zombie ones?
I did.
I enjoyed
did too.
I enjoyed the fuck out of the first one. The second one was super trippy and weird in a totally different way, and I was really upset he didn't get to keep going with that because it, for me, not really being a huge horror fan and appreciating the older stuff for what they were, that was like the best because his movies, like his like House of a Thousand Corpses,
Devil's Rejects,
all Sid Haig shit, like it's terrifying as fuck. Like I've seen 3/4 maybe max of any of those movies before I've just been like, all right. But I've seen all of Bonesaw Tomahawk.
Yeah,
so
that movie.
Terrifying.
That movie. It just followed the
That
Eli
had
Roth formula.
It did,
was
but
like
it had
we need to be
a
gory.
little bit of my favorite X-Files episode, Home, where it's the incestuous fucking like
That's
weird
the
lady
Kurt Russell
the
where he's in the Wild West.
Kurt Russell movie with the incestuous cave dweller people.
That was a weird
that's
movie.
a crazy film. I like
that
one.
was so weird.
So House of a Thousand Corpses was on the. Speaking of Josh before, was on pretty much every time I got like my sleeves done. Like that was
that
playing.
Makes sense.
So just watching that
in that house,
insane,
in that fun house,
and watching that insane movie without the sound on, and just having him jab needles.
I remember I brought
over and over.
I brought my buddy Franco to get his tattoo done from Bodwell, and he had never been to Funhouse, and he is deathly afraid of clowns.
Oh, jeez.
And I did not tell him, and so he like opened the door, and there's just this giant evil clown on the wall. And he's like, I'm already getting a tattoo, man. What?
Didn't he cover him up though for him?
I don't think so. I think he just moved him really quickly to the back room.
I wouldn't be surprised with that. So
or
that's
the booth. Yeah.
That's like, I remember like when I got two tattoos other places.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was every time you go to get a tattoo anywhere, it was like the meanest people.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be.
Yeah.
They were like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like Mike, everybody there.
Everybody that went in for a tattoo there got greeted by somebody who was like, "Oh fuck yeah, let's do this shit."
You're
up.
like friends now.
Yeah,
like
man.
you go in, it's just a pleasant experience every time. Everybody there is super cool.
Yeah.
Like it's the way it should be.
And actually, when we had Dom on 2 weeks ago, he's actually apprenticing under Mike right now.
Oh, that's
He's
great.
got his
Nice.
Own place out by the Snide Eye.
Yep.
Nice.
So he's starting up his own individual shop, and I mean, it's like they're good people who do really good work.
Oh, and look at all the good artists that have been there.
Oh my god,
Eddie Bonacore.
Yeah.
Will
And
Savinsky.
all of them have gone on to open their own places or be the main stage or main staple person.
I mean, Will was already doing some really good stuff even before he was.
Right. He's actually. I think I'm getting Will to do my next piece actually.
Yeah, and that's how we're gonna use that, and I'm gonna try to get my first tattoo from Will, just to get him to come on the show.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah,
dude,
really pull up for him.
You should
Is that the third person you've promised your first tattoo to?
No, second. It was Bodwell when I was 15 at his sister.
You told Dom when he was on the show. He can
do it. He can do it. Well, I need a tattoo from.
So here for a twist.
I promised a lot of people my first
I'm actually
tattoos.
going to give Kyle his first tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to tattoo.
I don't know.
We're just going to get a
I don't know the difference.
A hammer and a knife. And, no, we're going to do it Maury style. Maori style.
Maori style.
Kyle's afraid of cotton. You're gonna bring out a giant cotton.
I'm gonna give you a big Moana tattoo.
Oh jeez.
On your face, dude.
You should get Will Like you should.
I like.
He's got a lot of cool stuff. That's all. Actually, you know, it'd be cool. You should get him and Josh.
Well, I want Josh
at the same time.
Yeah, like
each
just
2.5 your body.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like on your podcast though to just.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god,
hell
yeah! Fuck yeah!
Because they're both
great.
Josh,
so different but so interesting and friends.
Yeah,
so it would be,
and that might help get both of them on and be like, hey, two of you together. And Mark Miller already said you'd do it on the air, and he's mean.
You heard it here
if you don't
first.
do it,
I'll make them do it.
Beat the fuck out of you.
First.
I mean, I can definitely make Josh do it.
Yeah.
Will might be able to take me. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, Will's a tough guy. They're both nice,
on air,
tough
did you
guys.
say you could beat Josh up?
No, I said I could get Josh to do it.
I get Josh to do it. I think Will could take me.
I can charm Josh.
That's what you said.
I can charm Josh into
You
doing it.
kind of alluded.
I can
All right, you got one more. You got one more horror film.
This is another
You're on
movie.
your driveway.
This is another movie that we should all go as a group and see. It is a
Amazon
remake.
Studios,
It's a
is it
remake of a
coming out?
1977.
Yeah, this is actually
I
getting
heard
released.
about this.
They're doing it in theaters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because
Okay.
in order to get accredited for anything, you have to actually release to a certain theater. So I think they're just
to be eligible for award season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a
Not saying
limited
that this
run
is going to
at
break any awards, but it is an incredible original movie, and this looks even
Get Out
more
made
crazy.
awards. You never know. All right, let's see. So this is Suspiria.
Suspiria, yeah.
A remake of a 1970s horror
Italian horror film, yeah.
starring Dario Argento.
This shit is going to be fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, the original.
At the beginning, she gave me things. Perfect balance. Perfect sleep.
Just the way things are shot in this.
Shit. Is that Johnny Knoxville? Is it an old man?
Maybe.
Is that Kate Blanchett?
But he's still playing the same character in The Ringer.
Tilda Swinton's in it?
Tilda Swinton or Kate Blanchett?
I think Tilda Swinton is in this.
Is that David Bowie or Tilda Swinton?
Tilda Swinton as David Bowie.
When you dance the dance of another.
Oh, that's Tilda Swinton for sure.
It's Tilda Swinton as Kate Winslet.
As Kate Winslet? I'd be terrified. There he is.
I'm terrified of Tilda Swinton no matter what.
Dude, ever since Constantine,
there's
that just speech she gives.
She's creepy.
She's so creepy.
It's an
and she's
underrated
playing
movie.
Gabriel,
Yeah, it is.
so it's an androgynous thing.
Yeah.
Just leans into the Bowie thing even more.
I think we should all lean into the Bowie thing.
Yeah, man.
Be a better world.
Paint your face. Be a hero. What? That person's obviously in makeup. That's not a real old person.
So there was a big hook there.
That was. I'm gonna say right now, the guy in makeup, that's Michael J. Fox.
Maybe.
As Jason Bateman.
Wait, is it Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman is just Michael J. Fox now.
What?
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah,
you didn't know that?
Face Off.
Lord, if the guy wasn't so thin, I would say it's Mike
what's
Myers.
your face doing?
What the
Coming
fuck?
off.
I'm gonna take your face off.
It's the worst movie ever.
It's so great. What are you talking about?
Great movie.
You know, in that movie, there's a scene where they're in that jail and they all have the boots that lock them down to the ground. Those boots were originally the Mario Brothers boots. All of them. They were all reused. Whoa. Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh, she's in everything.
She's ridiculous, though. Ever since Kick-Ass.
Suspiria. You've never seen the original?
No.
I've never seen the
I mean,
original.
I'd heard about this, but no, I never.
So
Tom York.
Oh, I'm in on this movie.
I'm going. And now Kumail Nanjiani. All right.
All right.
He's actually who played the old guy.
Yeah, that was the old guy. They have him in whiteface. That's offensive, Kumail. That's very offensive.
How dare you?
You're offensive. All right. Well, we're going to jump to our last break, and then we will be back in a couple of minutes. If you're tuning in live, thanks for tuning in. All of you should tune in live. It's 9 o'clock Tuesdays, YouTube. You can just do it. It's real fucking simple.
Yeah. Just
really
come and
easy.
join us.
Just join us. Look up Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones, officially now on YouTube. The Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones is our channel name.
She's steady.
And it is a steady houseboat. And you can just look up Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up if you'd like on iTunes and Stitcher app for podcasts, which you're probably listening to if you're listening to this. But spread the word, motherfuckers.
Also
Spread the
join us for
word.
Gamer Not Gamer.
Yeah, Gamer Not Gamer. We're doing it at 5 o'clock. I don't know. Are we going to do it while we're on break? Do 2 episodes and then reformat, and then do 2 episodes, and then we'll come back. After next week, we'll come back with the month, and then we'll start a whole.
I think while we're on break for the month, we should just do recorded video and put that out.
All right, sounds good. We'll figure it out off air, you know, where everyone's not listening to our ins and outs of sausage making.
All right, so this is track 10. What's this called,
Track
Mark?
10.
My Whole World.
My Whole World. And this is you singing on it, right?
Unfortunately, it is.
Unfortunately, I have to pee, so I'm not going to listen to all of it.
I do, too. You want to cross the streams?
Yeah, let's cross streams. You never cross streams, but you do. All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy the music from Not Muckraker.
Something today, I cannot tell you why. Well, I hope you'll understand, I never meant to hurt no one. Wanna cry until I choke, my whole world is acting up, 'cause I broke apart and broke. Used to be so tight, but now it's through. Let it get your food today. It's time to go. You've been voted on. It's time to go. She said, got something for me. And I said, I'm not gonna make a mistake again. 'Cause I made so many of those. And I'm sorry. How can I not look my friends in the eye? When I said I'm sorry, let it get your food today. It's time to go. You better put it off. It's time to go.
All right, we are back. We just read some comments.
Yeah.
Some comments that are coming through in the live feed. Apparently, my brother thinks that Mike Myers is terrifying in Shrek.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. Your
That's pretty
logo
spot on,
looks
dude.
like a sideways pot leaf.
Yeah.
Pot lead is toxic. Because he said lead. He said lead, not leaf. Yeah. Leaf Erickson, and then Erickson. Someone just said Erickson, so that's good. Leif Erickson is the singer. Leif Erickson is an explorer. Leif Erickson is very particular about being Leif Erickson.
Is that a real person?
Leif Erickson? Leif Erickson is a
I know
Nordic
fucking
explorer.
Leif, but who's
and
Leif?
Leif Erickson is a musician from the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
70s even.
70s, yeah.
Never heard of him.
Like a shitty Frampton meets Dave Cassidy.
Yeah, because he was
like,
he did some like TV shows.
Yeah, he was kind of
like
TV pop. Yeah, Tiger Beat. Yeah, that type of guy. He was pre-JTT with Song, you know? He was the guy that all the girls had up in their lockers and shit. I assume. I don't know. I'm not a girl. I didn't have a locker. Actually, I had a locker. I never used it.
I never used my locker.
You also weren't
either,
around
dude.
in the 70s.
Hey, but he was around like it already had happened, so I could have had a crush on him.
It's weird.
It's true.
I had a crush
Why
on
is that
Jamie Lee
weird?
Curtis. Hey, I had a crush on David Cassidy.
You know who I had a crush on? Sally
I think
Field.
I love him. Sally Field.
Yeah.
Sally Field.
Now without my daughter. She's hot in that one.
I was just thinking Sally Field in ER.
Yeah, in ER? Okay, all right. Who's hotter, her or George Clooney in ER?
No one's higher than George Clooney.
All right, good answer, good answer. So what I want to do right now is I got some questions. Some of them we kind of touched on a little bit, but I just want to get your answer to a couple of these things, Mark. Again, Mark Miller is here. He is our guest this week. And you've heard the music that he forced us to play.
Yeah,
he forced us to. I did not ask him to
Dude,
bring
he came
that.
charging through the front door.
You are playing Maxwell Demon. You are playing 4 and 10 on the album.
Yeah.
Here are 2 free CDs. Sell the rest of them, you goddamn motherfuckers.
You caught me.
And we're like,
what the hell?
Under no circumstances did I get a text today saying, "Hey, you want to play this stuff?"
Nope.
Never
Nobody
happened.
texted you that at all. Nobody offered you to be on this. You took us hostage.
I forced myself on here.
If
we don't sell every single copy, he's
gonna
gonna beat the
balls
shit
off.
out of us.
He'll
Yeah.
cut our balls
So
off.
It'll be
please
a
buy
new horror movie.
So
new horror
please
movie.
buy all of
Things
these.
are really escalating.
Things are.
Shout out to Brett Garrett.
Oh. Now, okay, we've talked about X-Men. We've talked you have an X-Men sleep, 2 X-Men sleeps.
I do.
And we talked about your, being able to actually see like the transition into the Hollywood releases. What, in your opinion, in the last 18 years, what is the best X-Men film that has happened?
The best X-Men film.
Because the first is great. The first is a good tone setter.
I think of those first ones, the second one is the best
You think
one.
the second one's the best one?
And I think that's the best one overall.
You do.
I think it's even over Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I like the new ones. You know what? Are we counting Wolverine movies?
Wolverine movies on their own as well.
Then I might count Logan.
Logan was brutal, man.
Because Logan's.
You get the 2 best parts about you get
Logan's
him and Patrick Stewart.
really
Those
good
are the
movie.
things that after the first one, like those were the. I mean, Halle Berry might have been intended to be the big star, but those are the 2 people you're coming back for. Like that is who you are.
For sure.
You could have recast everybody but the 2 of them in number 2 and number 3, and you would have come back.
And it's about time that they just went fucking brutal with it, man.
Yeah.
Shock,
the comics,
right?
the
Shock
comics.
that Picard is fucking amazing at something. 6, motherfucker.
Ben says, "Oh, X-Men sleeve. I met you at a pool party once."
Okay.
Hey,
what's up, man?
yeah, you met him at a pool party once.
Cool.
That's good. No,
I'm
that's
sure
nice.
I was sober.
He was totally both of you sober. Both of you were
I'm sure
on.
I was wearing lots of clothes.
And you were both probably on this planet.
Who is this Ben Doolittle?
Ben Doolittle is our buddy Ben. He grew up around here. Is one of Keith's best friends growing up. He goes by Ben Doolittle, and that's not his real name.
Not Ben Doodle. Sorry.
Not Ben Doodle.
I
Ben
wish it was
Doodle's
Ben
his
Doodle.
real
That's pretty
name.
good, though.
His name is.
I wish
actually,
it was bend over.
Hey, you ask him nice enough, he might.
But yeah, I think I'm going to stand by. I think it's X2.
X2.
I think that's the best one
Justin,
overall.
do you think Days of Futures Past? Days of Futures Past?
Yeah, just because the acting, the cast was a lot better.
Well, that is the culmination.
You know what I mean?
Like, because First Class came out and I was real skeptical.
That was good.
Yeah,
I was
good.
so
dude.
nervous, and when I saw it, it blew
I
me
was
away.
too on it.
It blew me. Kevin Bacon as the villain, kind of like going into it, I was just like, like how is this gonna fucking work? He is fucking evil, and it's terrible. And the Magneto
By the way,
storyline
Stir
is
of Echoes,
so
Kevin
much
Bacon.
great.
Great horror film.
Echoes, good horror film.
That is a good horror
I
film.
have
What
seen
about
that
Hollow Man?
Hollow Man is fucking.
It's
weird.
a classic.
Hollow
Yeah,
Man is a
it's
terrible
weird.
movie.
It's
weird.
a hollow movie.
It's up there with Face Off.
He molests people invisibly. Like it's just a weird,
doesn't
uncomfortable,
doesn't really
movie.
hold up.
Kevin Spacey was not in that film.
No.
Oddly.
Might as well have been.
Maybe when he went invisible, he
Was
became
that
Kevin
Miramax?
Spacey.
Was that Miramax? Maybe
I think it was,
Max
actually.
slid some of the suggestions, and he's like, and then the invisible guy touches the girl's boobs, right?
Hey, right. Hey.
And they're like, yeah, Max, yeah, we'll put that in. We'll put that in, Mr. Weinberg. We'll put that in. Yeah. He's like, and then he jerks off at a plant.
You can't see it though.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. But he's invisible, so nobody knows. Yeah, his cum's invisible to them, right? If you're invisible, your kids.
No evidence. No evidence.
There's the reason.
That's it.
Is that
not
what
fun
Harvey
in that.
Weinstein's voice
I have no
sounds
idea.
like?
He looks like a dumb
He looks
fucking
like
piece
that
of
kind
shit.
Bring me another chicken wing.
As Patton Oswalt would say, he's so fat he's B fat. Blah, 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 like where you're saying B words and like battery is battery.
Have you seen Joe Rogan's impersonation of him?
Of Weinberg?
Yeah.
No.
When all that went down.
I love that you just called him Max Weinberg instead of Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, whatever his name. What's Max Weinberg? Oh my God! The drummer of Bruce Springsteen's a rapist, is what I'm saying.
Conan's drummer.
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. That's just me being
Mike
racist.
Dad.
That's just me being racist and confusing two Jewish fellas together.
A little bit.
Harvey Weinstein.
For the record, I don't think there's any allegations about Max Weinberg.
I don't think so. Unless, besides that, he's a cocksucker. I hear he's an asshole.
We got you, Max.
He's a real big asshole. So either way, Harvey, redo everything I just said with Harvey. Much better episode now. I love this. This is great. Okay. All right, so Justin, you say X-Men Futures Past.
Days of Futures Past.
I think I agree with you on that.
I might have to revisit and see if I agree to. I might.
Is the worst immediately just Last Stand?
For me, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
the whole Ryan Reynolds part.
Well, no, that's Wolverine.
No, that's Wolverine.
That was Wolverine. That's right. That's right.
But thanks for bringing that up because it is close.
It is close. That is number 2. I would say that's number 2.
Yeah.
I heard that Ryan Reynolds basically said, "I'll do this movie and do it the way you want to do it if I can revisit it and do it on its own like years later." So it was a bargaining chip there. Last Stand.
Well, then thank God for Wolverine Origins.
Right. Because the first one and the second one, and you're gonna go home with 18 DVDs tonight.
Yeah,
this is great. I love this store.
It's a great store. But the it's a store. It's a houseboat
store, dude. Yeah, we got
pull up to port and unload our fucking goods.
We've grabbed these DVDs.
Take this
from
me and Mark the Pirates here. I'm taking movies.
Movie piracy. I like it.
That's
FBI warning.
I don't give a fuck about an FBI warning.
It's piracy. Makes me a pirate. Now I don't know what the fuck we were saying. Movies.
Yeah.
I saw a movie once.
You saw a movie once?
You didn't.
You saw a movie once. All right, so I'll just jump to... Last Stand being the worst one. But what I was going to say is I was in the Stroud Mall before they redid the theater.
Okay.
And I was
Were you stuck to the floor?
I was stuck to the floor.
So you didn't actually make it to your seat?
I didn't make it to the seat. I walked in and I watched it from the first step along with everybody else who was stuck behind me.
And you went, at least we're not at that damn one by Fernwood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Keith, we do have a gift shop exit. You're right.
We do have a gift shop exit. Yeah. And so I was there, and I'm seeing the movie, and it's terrible. And it's the one thing that I saw building up. They were really going for the ice and fire fight. Like, that was a big moment. And later on, having rewatched the movie, I was like, this is a very, very disappointing moment. It's not that good of a fight scene. You could have really dug way deeper if you're trying to turn the fire guy into Magneto's henchman. Like, you can really dig in. They've been hating each other for 3 movies now. Like, come on, just fucking go for it. Have him kill Anna Paquin.
By the way, Pyro is a terrible character.
Yeah, it's not a Pyro.
Why are we pushing Pyro?
It's just, but like, you're making this big thing
on that,
between the two of them, between Iceman and Pyro, and
bad
it's just
casting and too much.
They destroyed
just jumped into too much.
Well, the fact that they went with the whatever that kid, the Animorphs kid, he's the kid from Animorphs. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, that's all I think of him is the kid from Animorphs.
I think of him as a poor man's Neil Patrick Harris.
He is, definitely.
Wait, the ice
ice guy.
Yeah, and then he was in that fucking video game too. They used his face.
They used his face in a video game.
And can we all agree that Nightcrawler didn't get enough?
Oh yeah,
yeah. They needed way more of that, which is why I like that they're bringing him back in like the younger form and everything, and kind of keeping
it true.
And
he has 2 dicks.
He has 2 dicks.
So they does he have a cloaca?
But when I was seeing the movie in the theater, when I saw Last Stand in the theaters, that was the thing that I was like, all right, this movie sucks, but at least we're gonna get to see this scene. And like 3 seconds into the two of them fighting, the theater lost power.
Okay.
And they lost power for like at least a half an hour, and they were like, there's literally like 25 minutes left in the movie. You can wait and we'll just like continue the movie, or you can come back and see it again. And I was like, yeah, just give me a refund for the ticket. Like, fuck it. And I left, and I waited until it came out on DVD, and I watched it, and I was just like,
yeah,
kind of glad that happened. Like, I'm kind of glad that happened and that I just left. It was the most disappointing, and I feel like the graphics got worse somehow.
Yeah.
Like, everything about the movie just dropped. And Brett Ratner, I mean, I know he's like blacklisted now for being a fucking asshole to everybody, but it was just he did what, Rush Hour before that? Like, and then they gave him fucking, or maybe not even the first one, Rush Hour 2 or 3, and then they give him the X-Men franchise like on a whim, and it just it fucking was terrible. And it took, I mean, then you get the Wolverine movie, which wasn't good, and they're talking about doing an individual Magneto movie. They're talking about doing an individual this, that, another thing, and then you get First Class, and it definitely redeemed for me.
Yeah, sure.
Writer Chuck Austin wants to theorize. Oh, so apparently the writer of
Nightcrawler said he has 2 dicks.
He has 2 dicks. He theorized that he has 2 penises. Okay. Is that based on his hands? Like,
yeah, why would he theorize? What?
Because he has 2 toes. He has 3 fingers on each hand. Oh, he has 4 toes.
Was the writer of Nightcrawler Jason Lee's character in Mallrats?
Maybe. Might have been. He needs 2 dicks.
And it's 2 dicks.
And it does sound like a Kevin Smith riff that like
really
became
it really does.
A comic strip.
It sounds like once that came out, it was just like, all right, yeah.
So we already talked about who would talk about recasting and everything. Do you have it, aside from Wolverine, do you have anybody that sticks out to you that would just make a good certain character, somebody that you just think of when you know that they're going to be recasting? Say like Storm. They already have the younger version, but they're going to be bringing them into the Marvel universe. Beast, like all of these different characters that have been.
You know, they did a good job with both Versions of Beast.
Well, Kelsey Grammer was phenomenal.
Great,
and that seemed so weird at the time.
And you know what? We don't talk about him enough on this show. We don't. He's a legend. He is a mastermind.
You're a fucking legend, Kelsey Grammer.
He is literally my hero when it comes to drinking and driving. I think, and having a real dumb idiot wife. He had a real dumb idiot wife there on that fucking Hollywood show. Yeah. The Real Housewives of Hollywood. Oh my god. It was terrible. He's my hero, man. He's somehow made it through all of that and then got married again. What the fuck is wrong with him? But he did a great Beast. And then the young version of Beast.
In fact, that's the only thing I've ever liked him.
Really?
Yeah,
really? You didn't like McHale's Navy? No, not big on that.
I do not.
He did do Frasier for a while.
Not even Cheers.
Yeah, Cheers.
Oh, I like Cheers, but
do you like him on Cheers?
Well, I know,
I could care less about.
Like he's kind of a foil on that show. He's just kind of like the downer.
He's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I like him better on that than Frasier.
Okay.
Frasier is so.
You don't like it?
Very
oh, I can watch Frasier all day.
Frasier,
I do enjoy it, but I like more for Mahoney. The dad is just like
a fun.
He's good.
He's just a fun cock. He's just like an idiot.
I'll take Niles over.
He's a fun cock
over Kelsey Grammer.
Speaking of that, did you know that Kelsey Grammer's
has 2 dicks?
He has 2 dicks, but this is depressing. His
first dick died.
His real life brother or something was named Niles. No, his real life sister was murdered by a man named Niles before the show Frasier.
So he had to spend,
when he was a kid.
He spent 12 years talking to a guy named Niles.
Yeah, who is the name of the guy who murdered his sister when they were children?
And incidentally also did the voice of a
Do you think anybody that worked for Cheers knew that and hated Kelsey Grammer? And they're like, hey, so we're doing the spinoff. What should we name his brother? Niles.
That's diabolical.
I hope that's a true story. I hope I just made up a true story.
Hey.
All right. Questions not relating to the X-Men.
Yeah.
Obviously, you grew up in like the local music scene. You played in bands growing up. What are you listening to now, music-wise? And what were you listening to when you were 16?
Wow.
Like, what is the weird scope between now and 16? To me is like the peak of like your adolescence in music, where you're really defining what you're gonna like for the next couple of years, and that kind of molds you into who you are in your musical fandom. Where were you there then, and where were you at then, and where are you
16,
now?
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers and all the grunge stuff.
Were you Nirvana? Pearl Jam?
I liked Alice in Chains more.
Alice in Chains more.
Soundgarden more. I was more of those two than
So you're a Charlie guy then?
Unless we start talking about Van Halen.
All right.
Wait,
I'm just saying as far as 90s.
I can't stand Van Hagar.
No,
I like Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
But,
wait,
but Charlie won't acknowledge David Lee Roth Van Halen.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And also, Charlie hates Nirvana, and I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, he does. He actually hates won't listen to Dave Grohl because of something Dave Grohl said when interviewed.
Okay.
And it was when Nirvana was at the peak, somebody asked him what he thought about Alice in Chains, and Dave Grohl responded, I don't know. I don't have time, but I think we're a little bit bigger than they are right now. So Charlie, from that clip,
that's you will kind not of a cock moment.
I'm getting the quote wrong. I'm getting the quote wrong. Like it's basically like him saying like we're bigger, but they were in a grunge band.
John Lennon. Like,
yeah, bigger than God.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I heard of Jesus. I think we're more famous than him.
You know, in a joking manner. But that's
right
why
now
you will not listen.
I think both statements were true, though.
Yeah, at that moment in time, fuck yeah, no, they weren't wrong. They weren't wrong. So
my favorite band is Faith No More, so I'm sure I was listening to them like crazy when I was 16.
And then today,
do you know when I used to go in the jukebox?
Yeah.
They always used to ask me because they would, when you go in to buy stuff, they're like, "Do you have the Faith No More?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What's your favorite song?" And legitimately, my favorite Faith No More song is Epic. I love that fucking song.
Nothing wrong with that.
But behind the counter, they had a big poster that said Faith No More Epic. So I think they just thought I was looking at the poster.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Get the fuck out of here."
I think everybody has that feeling when you go into a record store that, and I talked actually to Missy about this in person. I was like, I used to go there and think you and what Sideburns Glasses guy that used to be there all the time.
Ian. Oh, yeah, Ian, totally.
Yeah, I thought that they thought I was the dumbest kid picking out the dumbest music because I was just going in and buying like some weird ska shit, buying random things, and I would buy albums because I was like, this might make me look cooler if I buy this one as well. That's how I wound up getting the Negro Problem. It's this weird experimental LA band that it was like one brother as the front man and then 3 white people backing him up, like one chick and then 2 dudes, and the album was called Welcome Black. And it has this great single that's called "Is This the Single?" And it's just weird, like random California art rock from like the late '90s. And I only bought it because I was just like, "Oh, these people think I'm fucking dumb because I'm coming in here buying like the new Sum 41 album." But I really want the new Sum 41 album. But either way, let me get the Negro Problem to look like I'm ironically getting this. And I was like way neurotic about it. And I always thought when I went in there, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, no, we weren't really paying attention to any of you." She's like, "We were making sure you weren't stealing shit." That was
most of the time they were walking around eating fucking bowls of cereal.
Yeah, seriously.
I wish my brain worked that much every time. Every time I went to the record store, back then, I would have a list of 50 albums I wanted to buy.
Yeah,
I would walk through the door, and you might as well have sold me something I never heard of before because I forgot every single one. And it happened every single time.
How many times did you walk out of there with like a stack of 15 and you're just like...
Oh, yeah. This is nothing that I wanted.
How many times did you get a free CD because of how many CDs you bought? You filled up a card. Yeah. You're just like, what, 10 I go in free? All right, cool. I'll just buy 10.
Yeah.
I'll just buy 10. Thank you. That's good. That's good. Now, also, okay, so you're listening to that back then. What are you listening to now?
I've so fallen off with music anymore.
Do you not listen to anything new, but what are you still listening to?
I still listen to a lot of the same stuff. Yeah. But I also I got into like a lot of like, I mean, I love Deftones.
Yeah.
I listen to Deftones a lot. I listen to probably some older Foo Fighters, not necessarily the newer stuff.
Yeah. Do you find yourself, because this is something I do because...
Coheed as much as possible.
Coheed?
Coheed as much as possible.
Do you like the new Coheed?
I haven't listened to it yet.
It's pretty fucking bizarre.
See, that's the thing. I get so stuck in my ruts, you know? Like,
I say in 2006, I stopped listening. I was 18 and I just stopped. I was just like, I like what I like and the new stuff coming out in the scene that I'm in. I don't really like. I'm playing shows alongside these bands. I really don't give a shit about it.
That happened to me too.
And I just kind of was like, all right, like once you got behind, once you see how the sausage is fucking made and how the fucking business of it all runs, you're just kind of like, all right, whatever. I like what I like and fuck all you guys.
Yep.
And whoever you are, wherever you are, you get that line and you're just kind of like, all right, you know, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just a wonderful person who just keeps learning and growing.
Well,
and all
we know
that
I'm mean,
shit.
so.
But you're an asshole, and I'm can be so an asshole from time to time.
You know, I got into a lot of like the like used and stuff like that back then. I feel like that's the period that I got stuck in.
Okay,
like I still listen to the stuff I listened before, but I got stuck in like that era,
like 03, 04.
Yeah,
like
and I just.
That's funny because we're 10 years apart, but that is literally where I got stuck as well.
Because I held on strong.
You held on
into my 30s, and then I was done.
But then Aiden happened, and My Chemical Romance, Black Parade, and all that. But it's
I didn't get
that is
I
like
that first Aiden album.
No, I don't like that.
That is my like bar 14? For things.
Yeah, see,
in that scene, Black Parade will always be like the thing that kind of just was the tipping point. It's where everything went Hot Topic. It's where everything became way over. That, yeah. It's where at the same time Green Day went all black with red ties and did American Idiot, Broadway, and it was just kind of like, all right, fuck, everything I liked is now super over commercialized. I will listen to the people I've already listened to. I will check out their new stuff. when they're like, I'll listen to Matt Pryor's solo stuff because I love the Get Up Kids. I will listen to, I got it really the bass side at that point, so I always kind of kept tabs on them.
You know that?
And then who does Get Up Kids? Oh, nice. I know he's done a lot of solo stuff.
Well, they've put out a couple albums over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've broke
been
up for like 6-7 years. Yeah, I'm always gonna listen. No, I'm always gonna give it a try.
You should listen to, Mark, especially since you guys do landscaping and you have a lot of time where you probably just have fucking earbuds in
all day long, every day.
Yeah.
Mogwai, Every Country's Son, dude. Check that album.
Ooh, I had an old Mogwai album, the one that
like
Iggy Pop is talking on.
Yeah, Come On Die Young.
Yeah, Come On Die Young. That's a great fucking album.
But I haven't listened to them.
Oh, dude, check out that new album, Every Country's Son. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
So talking about being like in the scene and being in a band and having like I said, seeing how the sausage is made and everything. What was I mean, you've been in Maxwell Demon, which we've played. You were in Muckraker. What was your first band? Was it Muckraker or
No, my first band was in high school with it was actually with two of the guys that were in Muckraker. Mike and Scott. We were originally called Cayman.
Okay.
And for obvious reasons, we had to change that name because Cayman my shorts. Cayman.
Oh. Was it like
it was named after I had a little pet.
You had a Cayman,
I had a pet Cayman.
Okay.
And then we named it after that, and then it died, and I froze it in my freezer.
Wait, isn't there a metal band named that now?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, good for them to stay strong with it. I stole a Shoebox Greetings sign, and we changed the name to Shoebox.
Shoebox. All right.
So we were Shoebox.
That's cool.
And that was my first thoughts that I was going to be a rock star. Except for I definitely spent more time listening to
Shoebox around the same time like Silverchair's coming out, so it's like double one word. Like
it was Silver. Definitely it was definitely so it was like 91, 92.
Okay.
Like I was like 16.
And what's the genre of that band?
It was like
grunge,
alternative. Little happier than grunge. I mean, I would have liked to have made it a little harder, but everybody always goes different ways.
Are you kind of in the vein of like what Solution AD was doing at that point?
I mean, yeah, but not as good.
They
were really good.
Yeah, they were really good.
It had a little more gin blossoms than I would like to admit.
Okay.
But
hey, I love that.
I don't.
It's good for me.
But yeah, no, we had a really good singer. This guy Tim, he was really good.
Oh yeah.
And no, we never. I don't think we ever got to. Oh, you know what?
What?
We did play Muckraker play with Solution AD once at that Sherma-Palooza they did when they did the reunion.
Yeah, okay.
But we only played for about 15 minutes and then they turned us off. So that went well. Thanks, Zach.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, for a lot of things.
Not me.
Do you remember your first show or concert?
My first show was my first show. We played a talent show in high school.
That's playing. Do you remember going to your first show?
Oh, my first one going to. Oh, you know what? It was probably Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith.
Okay. Really?
My dad and my stepmom took me.
What year do you remember?
Like 86.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the year I was born.
Guy.
Yeah.
The year I was born.
I know I'm old, yeah.
You're so old.
It was I mean, it was scary. I was like 10.
Justin, do you feel young? Do you feel young, Justin?
No, I don't.
I'm definitely the only one in the house that was born in the 70s.
Yes,
so.
you.
Yeah, I was born 81, man.
Yeah, 76.
81 is old here. That's a 37-year-old.
And I'm the only one born in the 90s.
Oh my god!
Fuck out of here!
We spanned 3 decades here. Thank you, Mark, for adding that.
My first concert that I didn't have a parent take me was They Might Be Giants.
Okay. Ooh,
so
that's
at ESU,
sweet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
That's
I remember
awesome.
when ESU played shows.
Yeah. I saw Henry Rollins do 2 spoken words there. I saw
Really?
They Might Be Giants there. I saw Violent Femmes there.
Ooh,
I did
That's
not.
cool.
I did not go to the Sugar Ray concert there.
Well, the Sugar Ray concert,
lie,
I didn't get to go to. I really, really wanted to, and I think in my memory I was there, and maybe I was, but I remember very vividly now not going. But
I saw Dashboard Confessional there. That was
Wasteland
terrible.
Babies opened for that.
Oh wow,
Sugar
did
Ray.
they?
Yeah. And I saw them like right around the same time. So I think I remember seeing Wasteland Babies
Wow, I
and
didn't know
knowing
they
they
did
saw
that.
Sugar Ray.
We actually played with Wasteland Babies at ESU once.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
a good
cool.
show. It was a fun
They were
show.
fucking fun.
Yeah, they were great. Dude,
Will
Will Savinsky is...
all of his music's
Yeah.
always been fucking on point. And dude, what was the Beast of Trawl?
Beast of
Like
Trawl,
that
so
shit
great,
was coming
dude.
out. It's
So
fucking
good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just the 2 of them.
They played at Molly's.
They played at the.
I remember them
the
playing the
record store.
jukebox,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Record store day. They played.
that was
and
great.
He was playing it into an old harmonica mic, so his voice is like super weirdly distorted, and
Yeah.
it was fucking. They called it
They were
like
so
it was
loud.
blues punk, so it was like
Yeah.
blunk. I think they were calling it blunk. Oh, it was great.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so last random question here.
I don't have 2 dicks.
Kind of in, damn it. I'll say kind of in the vein of Kelsey Grammer. Do you have 2 dicks? In just movie lore and everything, there's something that happened 13 years ago. The red slippers from the Wizard of Oz were stolen, and they just found them. Right? They found them. They recovered them. I don't want to talk about Wizard of Oz.
Are you about to accuse me
or red slippers or anything like that? But where the fuck are my if you could steal or obtain any artifact from any movie and have it in secret, like you couldn't really tell anybody because then they find out, like, what would be the thing? What would be the item that you would want to have based on your personal fandom, what you kind of your favorite film, whatever it is? Whether it's like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, like you could just have it and it's in your house and you just have that.
Jeez,
you know yours, Justin. Yeah. What do you got for yours?
I forget the name of the movie, but it's Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, the genie.
Oh yeah, not Bedazzled.
Is it Bedazzled?
Bedazzled, yeah.
The genie. Just carry Elizabeth Hurley.
No, she's Satan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. But either way, fuck it, whatever.
Okay.
You said Elizabeth Hurley.
So you want Elizabeth Hurley?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wait, but her in 1998 when it was
exactly
Remo.
It wasn't where I'm gonna steal people.
Yeah, you can steal people. Yeah. We don't like to steal people. That's again, we've established that's slavery.
Yeah, you can't do that shit, man.
Zach, do you have anything that you would keep?
I mean, one I would really want is the white Strat from Wayne's World.
Hell yeah.
The Strat that's in the case.
Oh, the base
See, just as much as that, I probably would want the no stairway.
But we can't show anybody, right?
You can't show anybody.
No one can know you have it.
Yeah. Maybe
but I can play it all day.
But maybe
by myself in
maybe
my room.
they can know that you have it, but they don't know what it is. Like you have a white Strat. They don't know it's the white Strat. It's just you can't tell anybody what it is.
Does it have to be a movie? Can it be a TV show?
Movie, TV, yeah.
I think I would take the car from Supernatural.
Yeah,
really?
that's fucking
I
love that show, dude. Thank you. I love that show.
I do too.
Such a good show.
I've never seen it. Everybody tells me if you like X-Files, you could watch it. You should watch it.
It gets a bad misconception because of the way they market it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as 2 gay brothers.
2 brothers.
Want to fuck each
now,
other.
Here's the thing.
I love that you always say that.
I love that this came up.
It's like there's like a weird thing.
There's an actual storyline of a guy who, like, people that write fan fiction in the show
where they
write them as 2 gay brothers that fuck each other.
But, like, I mean, they're not brothers in real life, so they don't act exactly like brothers.
Now
would.
their names,
so there's scenes in there that are like really.
The names of the characters are Sam and Dean. Sam and Dean.
Sammy.
Do you think this is oddly a conversation I had a couple nights ago with my girlfriend? Do you think that their names are based on Sammy Davis Jr. and Dean Martin? Do you think it's like a Rat Pack thing?
I bet it is.
You think it's just they went Sam and Dean?
They throw a lot of pop culture in there.
Okay, so the other thing is, the reason that I determined, and we agreed, actually it might have been last night, the reason I determined I don't think I can watch this show, the reason I don't think I can, is Dean is not Jared Padalecki. Jared Padalecki is Sam.
Yeah. Dean is Jensen Ackles.
But Jared Padalecki is Dean in Gilmore Girls.
Oh.
And that is the most...
I don't have
annoyingly fucking thing. I've watched every fucking episode of that show. I love that fucking show. It's like a wonderful guilty pleasure. They did one season and it kind of was and they'll probably do another one in a year or two. Yeah, they'll revisit it as they need money.
Wasn't that Milo Ventimiglia in there?
Milo Ventimiglia is like one of the main love interests, and actually he and Jared Padalecki have like a big conflict in the show. And it's really good. It's really good acting. They're both going after Alexis Bledell's character. It's for a teen melodrama style thing because there's the mom aspect to it. There's like it's grounded a little bit more in reality that like the mom is just as much of a main character and she's just living her life. Obviously, they live way more lavishly than anybody could possibly live given their situation because it's a TV show.
So who wins that fight?
He is. It's still ongoing even in the latest series. Jared Padalecki's character is married and has a kid and everything like that, but there's
8 feet taller than Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah, but Milo Ventimiglia, if you ever saw That's My Boy, he can get fucking swole and fuck his sister in that movie. So that's what he does.
That's what I love to get swole and fuck my sister.
You don't have a sister.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not very swole either.
You aren't. You're right. I mean,
he also
swollen in the pants.
I mean, he also has powers if you go by heroes. Too,
okay, so yeah, true. He does. He can fly and take anybody else's.
I can nerd out just as much on TV shows.
Yeah, now, Mark,
actually, you know what would be really great to have from a TV show? If you walked in the living room and it was just the bridge of the Enterprise.
Ooh, that would be sweet. The whole set, that would be, because you could just say I redid it. And
unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore.
No, somebody has done that to their house.
But people have done
someone's done it to their garage.
I saw.
Can I change my answer on what I would steal?
Yeah, steal something else.
The fucking
the Declaration
I forget what.
Of Independence.
Yes, exactly. From Nicolas Cage.
We're gonna steal.
I would steal Nicolas Cage's face.
What'd they call it in Ready Player One?
Take my face off.
What was where were they hanging out in Ready Player One? I want to steal the fucking virtual reality shit.
I didn't see that yet.
Oh, I listened to the book. I didn't watch the movie.
What the fuck they call that?
The Oasis.
Oasis, yeah. I'm stealing the fucking Oasis.
You steal the Oasis. The ding,
also, I have a question for Mark too.
Yeah.
On superheroes, what do you think about M. Night Shyamalan series?
Oh, the
Split.
So
Split, I loved. I thought it was great.
I loved Split too. I never liked Unbreakable.
I didn't like Unbreakable either.
Oh, that was.
But Split has me interested enough to continue.
And now I feel like I need to go back and watch Unbreakable.
Unbreakable is. I feel like this is the slowest play he's at. Like he did it and was like, I have an idea. And Split might have been like a remorphing of that idea. But I think he always had the hopes of making his own weird, fucked up superhero trilogy.
I'm a sucker for things being in the same universe.
Yeah,
like you put a bunch of stuff in the same universe, and I am in.
It's fun.
Castle Rock, if you haven't been watching it,
I need to. I don't have Hulu, so
yeah,
I need to.
I have it. I have no excuse. I just haven't watched it
because that happens in Shawshank.
Yeah, universe. Yeah. No, I totally like. I looked at. I'm a sucker for Stephen King stuff too. So all of his books are in the same universe.
Yeah.
So it's
and I think that's what they're doing with the show. Really, they're trying to try because there's another season that they're doing.
If they bring the Dark Tower in, I'm in.
I think that's what people are thinking.
So I haven't seen that movie. So
now would you?
It's the last. Do you know what the last book? I think.
Do you know what you would steal though? Would you steal anything from the Stephen King universe? Ooh. Is there anything specific from that universe you might take?
That's a good.
A red balloon.
What's his name's hand?
Just a red balloon that's
Georgie's hand.
I might take the gunslinger's gun. I don't know.
Ooh.
If it could help me be a gunslinger.
Yeah, but no one can know it's that specific. Specific. You
they won't know
any notoriety or fame. Yeah, you'll kill him immediately.
Because he shoots with his heart or mind.
Now,
I'm just gonna shoot him.
I feel like after listening to your answers, I feel like my answer is a little bit of a cop out. And it's actually there's two things, and I don't know which one I'd want more. Both of them are from Indiana Jones.
Ooh, that's good.
Hoverboard would be god fucking damn it.
I think Justin has all the right answers.
Hoverboard is the correct answer. I want the skateboard that he breaks off the top in 1955.
You don't want the wooden crate?
Yeah, I want the wooden crate on the side. No, both of them are from Indiana Jones. My original thought is I just want the Holy Grail cup.
Yeah.
I just want the You've Chosen Wisely cup. Yeah. I want that cup, and I just want to eat cereal out of it. Like I just want to have like a small, and just every morning, and just choose wisely with Cocoa Crisp or something like that.
Can you get a like Kellogg's to do this commercial?
Oh, maybe
like remake it.
They could. There was a Pepsi commercial about crossing the seal and the Pepsi can falling down, and it's literally the exact same thing with the cup, except it's just the Pepsi. And there's no
was
fucking
it Coca-Cola as the other cup?
No. That would have been funny if they said you've chosen poorly and they died. Coca-Cola will kill you. So it's that, but then at the same time, from the same movie, even within that universe, I kind of want the Cross of Coronado, the relic that he steals from the bad guys in the cave where he gets his hat and everything, and this belongs in a museum. That piece is just so memorable to me. It's just this big fucking hunkin' piece of gold.
Which that's one of the best
to have that
Whitest Kids You Know episode ever. Indiana Jones at an auction.
I don't think I've seen that.
And it's like the whole time.
We got something to do after the show.
It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
Go home, Indy.
All right. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
I thought we had some conspiracy shit.
Oh, do we have conspiracy? Any quick conspiracies? Do we have conspiracy?
I don't have time tonight.
We don't have time. All right. Well, that was it for the conspiracy.
You know, I do want to say though, congrats to Stephen Meg.
Oh yeah,
Stephen Meg, congratulations.
Stephen Meg had a little baby Stevie.
At, Warner, I think.
9:24 this morning
On September 11th, 2018.
8 pounds, 12 ounces.
I did say something.
We all called it. We all individually called it that Steve was having a 9/11 baby.
As soon as he said like September 4th,
early mid-September, we're like, yep, 9/11 baby, it's happening.
No, seriously, congratulations.
Awesome. To you guys.
Were they fucked up? They should have named the baby Harlan because KFC will give you $10,000.
What?
If you name your baby after the girl this year.
God fucking damn it! Why didn't I have a baby this year? I would have named it Harlan Williams Moucha. And it would have just been a Harlan Williams. I would just grow him to be Harlan Williams, the greatest comedic actor of all times. We've all seen Rocket Man. We know how good it is. All right, but yeah.
Would you think the Rocketeer?
The Tom Green movie. Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered. Yeah, he's the best friend. Yeah,
and he falls on the ramp and he's like, it's the nail.
Yeah,
oh, man.
He's phenomenal.
I love that.
Dumb and Dumber. The knock him back a little bit of Grandpa's old cop.
I can't believe you got this far without mentioning Half Baked.
Oh yeah, Half Baked. That is like his biggest film for him. Yeah, besides Rocket Man.
Yeah,
which we've all seen.
Yes, besides
it is him and a monkey in space. Come on.
I think I've forgotten that I've seen that movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's one of the greatest. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for joining us this week. I will admit that we asked you to be here. We asked you to bring your fucking old band music and all that shit, you cocksucker.
Well, I appreciate it.
You were one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
we all hate you, though. And thank you for coming on.
Would you mind if I plugged something real
quick? Yeah, plug away.
My buddy Louie, who is also in Maxwell Demon,
yeah.
is a part of the Woodbury Community Pride. It's an organization. You can check it out, woodburycommunitypride.org. It's for the LBG.
Oh, hell yeah.
Community. So
hell yeah.
LBGT, buddy.
Okay, get them all in there for me.
All the letters.
All of them.
So if you could go check that out, I'd appreciate it.
Hell yeah, check that out.
Woodbridge?
WoodburyCommunityPride.org.
Where's
all right.
Woodbury is in New Jersey.
Okay.
Well, hell yeah, check that out.
Okay.
If you need the link again, just go back 15 seconds. You lazy motherfucker. I'm not saying it again.
Your fingers don't work?
Your fingers don't work?
Geez.
What are your fingers broken? What are your fingers broken?
What if
Fuck
their fingers are
Just
actually
click
broken?
it. Just click it.
While we're on the vein of plugging things, everybody check out
my butt.
That's what I was gonna say. Oddly, how's the butt plug doing? Is it feeling good?
It's tight.
This is in no way a link to the plug I made.
No, not
any way related to that
at all.
At all. This is straight butt plugging. All right. So you can check out from Moot.tv other podcasts such as Let Me Ask You a Question, featuring Anthony, Eric, and Gregaman. Every week they ask a question, or Anthony asks a question, and they all answer. Brian Bonds is on the latest episode. Brian Bonds.
Ooh. Is that Barry Bonds' brother?
No. It's the bass player for Kevin Devine, who Eric, our producer, also plays bass for.
He has a lot less home runs.
A lot less home runs.
You don't know that,
just
dude.
As many steroids. Just as many steroids.
Maybe in Little League he fucking crushed it, dude.
He might have crushed it.
Like 760 times?
760.
That's a lot of home runs in Little League.
It's like, all right, this kid can't play anymore. He's just killing us.
They would send him to the next level, I think.
Yeah. No, they definitely would. And joining me, as always, and a big thank you to Mr. Justin Olimpedo.
Yeah.
And Zachary.
Fuck you, Mark.
Storman.
Fuck you, Zach.
Hope you all enjoyed this episode. We will be back next week for our final episode of what is now season 1.
Yep.
Check us out here on YouTube. The Houseboat, Tommy Lee Jones. Gamer Not Gamer is going to be going on at 5 o'clock every week before our show.
Yeah.
And tune in for all that shit. We're on iTunes and Stitcher, blah, blah, blah. Go fuck yourselves. We don't like you.
Yeah.
Why are you listening to this? Here's some music to play us out.
Are you guys singing this time?
Are we singing this time?
I sing
we always
anyway.
sing. Just keep it going.
I'll just leave the
microphone keep it on.
Fuck it.
We talked about Kelsey Grammer. Now let's sing about Kelsey
Grammer.
Fuck
it, dude.
The best song ever.
It is. Pump it in the ears.
Pump it in the ears.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental. This is a shit.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
I know, but it needs to be in order.
Oh, not over, yeah. Fuck your mom.